are Spoon 107.5 FM. From the top of Wologisi to the beaches of Maryland, we cover Liberia like nobody else does. This is Spoon 107.5 FM.
Yes, a special one from the CEOs, then coming with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South. On the way. To get your information. To the food, to get my action. Spoon, television. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening more than to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah. To spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Every incubant, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a nose on the to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, my body. Spoon TV. Yes, my body. Spoon TV. Spoon Spoon entertainment. The spoon to get your information. To the spoon to get my spoon. Yes, yes, a special one from the CEOs, then coming with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South. On the way. To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to get my action. Spoon television. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening more than to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision just to spoon. You want to know what happened in the ministry to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Bonjama, Maryland to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat a man, like my brother to spoon. You got a small TV, you got a small radio to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a nose of the to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? It's my artist. TV. It's my artist. TV.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, riding the south. On the wheel.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to get my
And of course, folks, you're listening to Spoon 107.5 FM. We're also live on Voice of Liberia 104.1 FM. Live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, and on YouTube. For those of you who do enjoy watching us via YouTube, our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk. Wherever it is you're listening to us from, I love to say welcome to you. Those of you watching us all around the world, I love to say a pleasant welcome to you, irrespective of where you're watching us from. This indeed is Liberia's premier talk show. This is the Spoon Talk.
You want to get
Today is Monday, the 18th day of May 2026. You'll be celebrating a meaningful day in your life. I love to say congratulations to you, kudos to you. Have for yourselves a wonderful day. For those of you here in Liberia, if you did celebrate a meaningful event or you commemorated this day in a special way, I'd love to say kudos to you. My name is Diamond Slanger. I'm producing tonight. The rest of the panel will definitely join us during the course of the program. But as we do here during the first segment, we do open the lines for Liberians to tell us what's on their minds. Abraham K. Swain is following us from Chicken Soup Factory, Gulf Community. How are you doing, Abraham? Daniel Tente is following us from Thinkers Village. Hope you're doing great, Daniel. Rufus K. Hammond is watching us. Nathaniel K. Hill watching us via YouTube. Hope you're doing great as well. Jacob Kume, how are you doing? Elizabeth Ju Willie is following us from River G County. Henry H. Johnson Jr. is following us from Grand Cape Mount County. Eddie McGill is following us from Fishtown. River G, how are you doing? Arthur Stevens from A.B. Torbert Road. Ella Dollison Duncan is watching us from ELWA. David Booker is following us from Newark, New Jersey, and says, I've shared the show. Thank you, David, for doing that. Appreciate you. Let me see who again. The usual suspect. Philip Bala. How are you doing? Controversial Philip Bala. How are you doing, Philip? Fumba MCC is watching us from Matadi. Oscar Ziangben, always watching us from Gompa City, Nimba County. Leon Lee. That badge you carrying there. I don't mention your name, but I have to mention your name because of professional courtesy. Leon Lee is following us, so I changed my voice to mention Leon's name. Boaka M. Sonny, how are you doing? Watching us from Motown Corner, the capital of Breville. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know Motown Corner is the capital of Breville. All right, also self-start capital. Benedict Menti is following us from Zeze Community, Pinsville. J. Alfred Ogomoyu Kwamelen Jr. is watching us from River G County. So River G is well represented tonight. That's good to know. Peracambo. Anytime I mention Per's name, I remember Dwalu and the people. Yeah, when Dwalu reaches to Per's name, you can change your voice. Extra interest. How are you doing, Peracambo? Watching us from the Peach State of Georgia. Say, oh, go away, you Philip. Robert Dogba, how are you? Lasana Kamara, Victor UJ Morgan, Julius K. Cholo Play is following us from LPRC Glass Factory Community. Joseph Y. Colley, the Sergeant, is watching us on Dupont Road. And the list is a very, 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 very long one. We'll go through the list as we make progress on the show. Baron G. Taylor is watching us from Providence, Rhode Island. Sobatus M. Yond Jr. is watching us from Pipeline. Mary Yuma, B. Elvin BN from Bayesu, Bapolu County. And the rest of the folks like Chosen King Enzo and Dennis Jala. Well, we'll open up the phone lines now. Liberians, you tell us what's on your mind, whether it's LEC issue. Mo Ali have said 75% of the country's population has got access to basic water services. What he termed as basic water services. We want more to explain that, but says in Monrovia, 17,000 households connected to water and sewer. Is that meaningful to write home about? Well, we'll discuss that in passing on the program. And Mo also said, look, many of you who go on Facebook and say, Mo, no water, no water, no water, you're going to pay water bill. So what are so you ain't paying water bill, and the reason no water. Anytime the 36 bus, you ain't pay water bill, it can be hard to repair the 36. So Mo says, look, majority of you who go on Facebook and say no water, you can pay water bill. It's coming from the managing director of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Well, we'll go to the phone lines and you tell us what's on your minds. Liberians have been complaining the issue of LEC now, heat bomb now, easy. Yeah, even though in the rainy season, but stay easy. You have to be. Everybody now, look, if you walk in Liberia, tell me say it's not true. The first thing you see that phone, the next thing you see that power bank. Yeah. It's either the phone is connected to the power bank or some kind of charger in somebody's hand and looking for current or around. But we'll go to the phone lines now. You have to tell us what's on your mind. 07777 1075 0555 101075. Those are the numbers to call. Again, 1 minute per caller. So please do make your point so that we can take as many callers as possible. Let's take this first person here. Hello.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Thank you, Damo. A very long. Sekou Fofana is my name. Member of UP Intellectual Bureau invited tonight. Damo, I want to appreciate you for your show. You and Leslie, the way you can promote the show, I appreciate you. But my talking point get to do with the chief justice country.
What did the chief justice do?
I want to appreciate Yami Koko busy. I want to appreciate the man. You know the work. And President Baga made no mistake. But we were talking about the Samuel 12 case, right? So I want to appreciate him for him to summon all the judges, all the jurors that preserve one.
Well, the Department of Justice, the Ministry, the Supreme Court issued a statement that there is no such investigation into jury tampering from the Supreme Court of Liberia.
What is on your mind, right? You are there, and I'm not a journalist, but what I'm hearing, what I'm saying.
No, so you are hearing something else, and thank God you said I'm the journalist, and I provided you the information. The Supreme Court came out to debunk that. And the Chief Justice has not ordered any investigation into alleged jury
now, but we know Samuel too, because you can't, like, for example.
All right, brother, you have to make your point quickly so that I take other callers.
Then they vindicate you.
All right.
People are working on the people, so there is no way to say that they will not. The people will not brag.
So you're not happy with the Samuel 12 verdict, right? From all indications, you're not happy with the Samuel 12 verdict. Let's take this next person here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Even Damo?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Your name and where you joining us from.
Okay. I'm Brother G. Last year, what was the calling for Pins the Editor Room?
Go ahead, sir.
Look, Damo, we're playing on my mind. They're playing on me. I mean, some of our so-called journalists who having a talk show. I mean, they like to make the scene to be the word of gospel. Once you go against them, they cut you off. And then when you have a talk show, you take the one-to-one, you are share idea. But I tell you, when they say something, you know that is wrong. But once you go contrary to them, they cut you off. That's being rude.
So you get problem with that, eh?
I guess no problem there.
All right.
I know that they are not the gospel. Whatever they say, you don't want to associate them with the problem. You want to don't call the talk show.
All right, sir.
Don't see what you want to say. But now when someone posts you, they cut the question. But
thank you.
Keep the person on. It's not fair.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. So that's his qualm. Well, so you call him man, touch him, man, I'll call you. Have you going in line with them? Let's take this next person here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
People of the Republic of Liberia, the need remain constant and punctual AF Kamal this beautiful morning evening. No, Brother Diamond, what actually on my mind as a training issue is state universities increment saga.
What do you have me to university increment again?
I want to tell President Bwaka the mental change of this country. And all of the things they spoke against us yesterday, they have gone beyond. So like those people utmost surprised by going beyond what the president said yesterday. What do I mean?
Okay.
University policy. The person, according to the act of the university, the 10% come from the community. The 95% to come from the government revenue. So at this time, President, we are doing a stand. They say the men are educated, but in part education, he brought free tuition policy. Then President Butler, while he's saying he's sophisticated, he well educated, he understands the dynamic of today activities. Then he coming to take away students for you. Even the 2005.
But Alfonso, did you listen to the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Mama Payan?
Going to increase the fees for,
but Dr. Mama Payan said they are not going to increase fees either now or next semester.
Yes.
Did you listen to her that they are not going to increase fees either this semester or next semester? They're not going to do that.
Absolutely. If they do that, it will have great effect on them, and even
all right, Alfonso. Thank you. We have to take other callers as well. At least we afforded you a lot of time. Let's go to this next person here. Let's take this person on the line. Hello. How are you, my brother?
Well, I'm wonderful. You know, when it comes to the what is on your mind, after with the record color, who can be very much and successful to go to the land. But when it comes to the CEO to the vision aspect, to benefit like it very much difficult for with the record color.
So this is what happened, my brother. When it comes to the rights and other contributions, you get more calls coming in. You know, even though there is an influx of calls doing the what's on your mind, but not everybody wants to give an opinion on a political talk show. But when it comes to getting late, you know, in terms of what we give back to society, everybody wants to get a piece. So I hope you understand that point.
Now the issue here, thank you. My name is Mohammed Mtane. seem to be a member of the UP in another view. Let me appreciate.
You claim to be or you are? Which one? Mohammed?
I seem to be a member.
Oh, you claim to be, so you don't full member, you just claim me. All right, go ahead.
You know, let me appreciate Honorable Thomas Kifala for his analysis. I listened to him. And where the FOIA representative and the current deputy speaker said, I think we should be in agreement with him and we should support him to the fullest.
Okay.
Now, like he said that, I think the executive members then, more besides from the Unity Party angle, those guys, the minister then, the director then, or whoever minister that setting in government line agency, I think this is the time that they need to get back to the strong community more precise, because definitely when they not get back to the people, definitely I think the honorable mayor is also saying that.
All right, thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Mohammed. So to wrap up your point is those with government positions should look down on others who are down the ladder, right?
So true,
thank you, brother. Let me the bigger for tomorrow. Yeah, let me the bigger for tomorrow. Yeah, but that's your point. That it shouldn't be mean. Yeah, it shouldn't be tight-fisted. They should be able to look back down. So the Brabi, you read it or you having different conversations?
Yeah, but what's that on your t-shirt? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? You can hear me?
See you.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Okay, but I'm not hearing you now.
So you can hear me now? That Richardson, can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you. Let me see if there's something coming from my end. Dr. Richardson, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just laughing at you, Simon.
The whole thing stick.
So we can hear each other. Nothing wrong with the woman internet. Are you trying to play that scam?
Yeah.
All right. So Dr. Richardson and CEO, let me leave the two of you to have a brief conversation and do some technical tweaking quickly. You guys can be having your conversation. I think we need to do a little bit of an adjustment here.
That Richardson, I've been a scam man. I've been a scam man. What kind of deputy manager?
How are you talking about me? I just heard my niche.
Oh, you hear me now? You hear me?
I catch a man right in there. I had Charlie. I said, "Oh, let me not hear what you
say." Scam man. You know, whenever Damo come on Monday, I want everybody to observe. Two things happening. Damo will say, "Bring in that cat and dog, CEO. We gotta go. Or you was
like, I asked him, I mean, you chat my mail and say, I can hear you.
No, I'm on national platform. I see you trying to play a Damo thing again. You did that for that Nimi BBT. I know where the BBT they come from. I beg you. I beg you. You did that for that you got play BBT yet. But what on your t-shirt? Put your head down. Let's see.
Who will tell you? Who will tell you?
Who will tell you?
Yeah, you tell us.
But I will tell. But I will tell exactly what happened. We got a lot for you today. It's a big year that Richardson. Who will tell you? That UP will tell you? UP will tell you?
That CMC will tell me.
That CDC coming to tell you? Who will tell you?
CMC will tell me.
I know what you say. I'm calling CDC name. Who actually will tell the Liberian people how they will face the country? Listen, I told them to wear that t-shirt. Who will tell the Liberian people how they will face the country? You know what they just said?
You answer.
Somebody woke up one morning and said the whole of things will belong to the government. They cannot keep everybody off. I said, check. What kind of the vision of the government just to remove people from the home and break down houses? But who will tell you? Who will tell you? Stop breaking you out. You know, we gotta do this. I don't know why the alumni say you're not married a woman, you're married a woman. I don't know why you coming early for. They make up no spot show. You got my friend I clip on the man before I bring the man on. Damn on. The man
just stop it. I start talking about my cousin-in-law.
Don't find a clip. I just want my man. Damn on, you don't want me, I will leave. I'm dead serious. I will leave.
But let's tell y'all, let's get some person just did a great job this weekend with
you know, did a great job team with trouble. If find a clip, damn on. If she wants that right.
A great job,
Find a clip. Let me see when I married a woman, you married a woman. What kind of trouble will I see? I thought that women also will be making decisions about who they will marry and who they will not marry. That man can reflect muscle and all. My man, you know, I Jeff from Liberia. I don't think I will marry. Well, it's your business. You won't marry the people who don't marry her. You won't marry her. That's your business. They will want beautiful.
You Jeff from Liberia until you're married.
Am I Jeff from Liberia? I can tell you that the man after the revenue car at the Zalan calling from Rhode Island. They were in two separate hotels.
I remember that show. No, you took my ass.
Man. I can't say you will not marry your man. I'm telling you, we will attend the man's wedding. We're getting Hatan to you put ring on our finger. There is no free milk.
I know
there will be no free milk.
Deal with me, right?
There will be no free milk. We get a man Hatan to you put ring on our finger. You will put ring on our finger, and we will be there to celebrate by God's grace. I can't tell you here so. But anyway,
your fate has been sealed in stone. Just
thank you. Welcome. But
Dama pull the team up. Waiting for you, Dama. Pull the team up. Yeah. Pull the team up. I care about man. Please greet your sister quick and let go back. Greet your sister your cousin. We gotta move on. Maybe I'll stop the team.
Hi, beautiful cousin-in-law. How are you doing?
Hi,
how are you, Diamond? How are you, Stanton? Let's get the show rolling.
Mr. Russell, just know that I follow you. I don't put my visa on the line. Yeah.
So tomorrow, I mean, are we doing a show tomorrow?
We show.
Yeah.
Really? So I just said the Lone Star show is tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. By God's grace.
Come on. We also have Damo. I hope you pay attention. We have someone coming on as well right before Lone Star come on.
Yeah, no.
But Lone Star come on at 3 o'clock though. Say 3 to 5.
No, Lone Star cannot come at 3 o'clock.
It's in the group chat.
Lone Star cannot come at 3 o'clock. Where are you? Don't change our time. The Spoon Talk show time at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, USA.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm talking from my vantage point. I'm sorry.
Oh, from Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna have a group that serves traveling.
What does that mean? No, if you're not politician coming on the show, y'all bring all your guests there. If I'm not politician, I'm not coming.
Well, let me just say something that's gonna
I mean, we just got the new coach, Stanton. Did you see that Blue Star just?
I don't comment. One my thing is that I don't do football. I don't follow football. But you work for your tomorrow show. You will explain your coach. One like I beg, but man, I beg you. Let's talk my politics. But there's a lot of juicy news out there.
Can I just say something to Diamond, please? Diamond, we have a show tomorrow. There's a group of people that are coming in to talk about how they can service Liberians that are traveling to Liberia and other places. So they will come right before the Lone Star program. I think you and I have been talking it back, right? Am I good? Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. That I need to hear from you. You're the producer. Stand up. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. Unmute yourself.
Well, we have Minnesota.
No, I just want to know. I beg you. I didn't hear you clearly. You said group of people coming to talk about what?
They're gonna talk about servicing travelers, people that are traveling to the Middle East, people that are traveling to Europe, people that are traveling to Liberia. They're gonna talk about their services, their traveling services that they have.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Registry. No problem.
Why are you laughing at the
man, people go to Middle East. What the hell I care about people going to Middle East? People want me go to Iran at your business. That's the better discover on the show. The Liberian people want to talk about people go to Afghanistan and Iran. I have no interest.
Let me tell you, school network. You're doing school work network.
That is true.
Schoolwork network, but we are more than commercialization on this show. We talk about issues. We talk about different things.
I agree. That's why I mind my business for. Let me can't talk about the traveling back to space and the moon at the business. Now, listen. Let me say this. Me, I will be me. All right, Billy D. Me, the only thing I hear to come run my mouth on politician and talk about the Liberian people about politics and political party that ain't going anywhere but wasting people time. You got to work 50 political party there, wasting people time, collecting money, but ain't going anywhere. I mean,
yes, you try to hit on me now, Damon. I mean, you try to hit on me.
You come on the show to talk about politics. Listen, if your political party It's not part of the top 5. We will never talk about you. We will not talk about you. Your political party has been part of the top 5.
The top 5 political parties now.
Excuse me?
The top 5 political parties.
We'll name them on the show today. We will. We'll name them on the show today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we will. Liberia, look, but better do you agree with me? Let's think about having 50 political parties for what? Everybody come to hustle. They're all hustlers. They got no party headquarters. They got nothing. They got even 150,000 in the bank, and they say they got political party. What kind of nonsense is that?
I agree with you.
They even got 25,000 in the bank.
Especially you that are registered.
No. I mean, I fundamentally agree that there are a lot of political parties in Liberia. A political party, the Citizens Movement for Change, is not the one that you're talking about. Because
your political party said they got $30 million political leaders. So we do agree with him, but we're still waiting for the yellow machine that was promised that have never come to the country. Since January 2026, we're still waiting for the yellow machine. Listen, Dr. Richardson, let me fair. You know, Dr. Richardson, we'll have to one at a time. We started the show yet. Guys, welcome to the show. But Dr. Richardson, this is an embarrassment. And every member of CMC got to know this. Musa Benedict got to stop making promises he can't keep. It's an embarrassment. I've said this over and over. We need a political leader that we can hold accountable. There would be no way. If Musa cannot deliver, he shouldn't make promises. Those promises are dead upon arrival. And we have to checkmate Musa Benedict. And it's not only Musa Benedict. It's not.
Let me just interrupt your point of thought quickly. What are those promises that he made that he has not fulfilled? Are you holding your feet to the fire?
But, and Diamond, let me also add to what you're saying too, Diamond.
No, let me answer Diamond now. You can add later.
You can answer both of us. You know, we have a president.
Too long. Let me answer Diamond question.
Joseph Boakai, who is leading the country, made promises for the yellow machine to come and stop in Aricos. We're not asking any questions. Sit on this platform. He's not asking or holding Joseph Boakai's feet to the fire. He talking about Musa Benedict, who is the political leader of CMC. That's the person you want to come talk about here. Okay, so I don't understand your juxtaposition. I do not understand that sentence.
You can talk about juxtaposition, just a map, whatever you can talk about. I'll talk my own. And please.
So why promises the amendment?
Those promises, I will wait for my friend Wilfred Bangura, who is coming on the show, and we'll outline those promises. All right? Richardson, you gotta meet yourself now. You gotta meet yourself. You cannot be interrupting me, Dr. Richardson. You cannot. You gotta meet yourself.
Right? Are you serious? I say you're with my friend Wilfred Bangura.
Richardson, you gotta. I know when we talk about CMC, it go on your channel, on your screen.
What you ever say you were going on me, man?
Dr. Richardson, can you please mute yourself?
I'm talking. You want me to mute myself? You talking. You talk so.
Richardson, they gotta understand us. They gotta understand us.
You can see bringing in your friend Wilfred Bangura. Wilfred Bangura will tell us. You know, the person whose name was on an indictment, the person who said that you're a deputy minister. The person who said you're a deputy minister of administration at commerce, and he know what's going on. That person I can't rely on to tell me promises will be true that the CFC made. He made what, but he can bring on anyway. Bring it on so we can talk. That go to your own. I can't rely on that kind of person. Today is 2026. We gotta be serious, okay? We gotta rely on people who can deliver, people who are doers, people who say what they mean. We're not gonna rely on a system where your name just mysteriously disappear from a redactment. We don't even know. Then we ask you about, do you know anything about, monetary affair or the happenings at the Ministry of Commerce? And you say, you don't know. You can't speak about it. So. I can't.
But Doc, there's something to be said, and at the end of the day, the electors will decide, right? Mm-hmm. But it is true that the proliferation of political parties in the country. If you look around the world, you pretty much. You have little parties here and there, but the two major parties, whether you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, you're in the US, you're in the UK, I mean, it's so maybe Liberia is going in that direction, you know, where you will come down to two major political parties. I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's what we have at the moment. I mean, we have, you know, I mean, you have other splinter groups here and there, other splinter political parties here and there, still trying to flex their muscle, you know, so to speak. But, you know, there's no question about it. You have two major parties now. And, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of those parties, those smaller parties will be subsumed within those larger parties. And that's part of what is happening. I think we're getting to that, but I know we're not there yet. We're getting to where.
Let me say this. Let me say a bit of D. You know, we can laugh, we can joke, you know, but this is complete waste of our time. It's completely wasteful. Can you imagine small country under 6-7 million? If you want to add extra million there, the population. Mm-hmm. That people in the interior, they don't have the exact number of how many people live in Bogolonjere. We are talking about fake alleges report about census. There's nothing happening in Liberia. Then you're going to have somebody get a bad feedback, guys. Benedict, is that from you? Then we're going to have these people talking about, I want to run for president. New Day political party, Darkness political party, MMMRRR, WWWP, YYC. What kind of nonsense is that? These are the guys that are wasting the Liberian people time. They used the name of party, they used the Liberian name, and they went above and continue to go above to lobby for money, and you will never see accountability. We got to reform. We got to change the national election system. We got to up the price. And at the end of the day, 2029, maybe after 2029, the next election, 2035, we will have a system in place to bring about real change. You have Unity Party. They did 12 years in government. They ran the country. You have CDC. They did the 6 years. It went back to Unity Party. I am not disparaging all these political parties, but I'm saying we are talking about the top 5 political parties. And I can guarantee you right now, ask the Liberian people about the top 5 political parties. You know the top 2 already. Musa Belete have done exceptionally well. At least he got name recognition, but when we take a vote, nobody can call Musa name. You saw what happened the last time. And then we're going to move ahead and talk about ANC. ANC through the CPP, that would be their argument. They bang 1%. That's not a disgraceful thing. That's exactly what the result says, 1%. So if you look at our past result, ANC is the 3rd leading party in the country as per the result, right, Billy D? You're going to bring in the other ambassador down to Japan, the man that getting the hustle for a job. What's his name? What's that guy name? Some kind of party.
Alperton.
You're going to bring in Alperton? Let's be real. Right now, 2029, Unity Party and CDC. Right now. Musa Belete trying, Mr. Comey doing his thing. So at least you got 4. Now, you're going to talk about ACO and that of Liberty Party. One of them needs to take that fifth seat. One of them. ACO and Liberty Party. Besides that, who else you get? I hear people talking about MPP. MPP that, listen, you can even give it to Snow, that dead political party. They are helping Verb. Yes, Snow get Verb with me. MPP that complete helping Verb. MPP having a massive confusion between James Barney and Madam Joa Howard Taylor. What kind of nonsense is that? Sunshine Taylor was taking all of the country. MPP is dead. All of them hustling. They're hustling. I want to talk about my Uncle Ben, UA party. I know how many members, 15 members in that party, that Uncle Ben and his children. I know they want to get fed with me. They'll get.
You said how many members in the party?
That Ben, that you and his children. Who else there? I know Costa will get fed with me.
No,
But who
John,
asking
that
trying to say
was sarcasm.
But who asking ALP? Who asking ALP? That better not you. The headquarter that been that you in house. So you call it headquarter. And I can even call the Spoon Network headquarter.
That was crazy.
You got the Spoon Network. It's owned by Spoon. It's owned by Spoon group of company. I can call Spoon Network reputability. I can find any property in Liberia that my family own and say, yeah, that the headquarter. That better that you in house. That a party. I can sign it over to a political party if I choose. ALP, the family party. That Bena Ure, that Tidia Ure, that what's the other girl name? That beyond football, what her name, the baby one, and you know that Costa, the brother, and Costa will get very with me. But that's that family party. Who is there? What's the guy name? Momo. Unity Party. You're the guy gone. Unity Party either man, the man gone. Who is there?
I mean, 14. Because you said I 15, take out Tira Momo, so I mean, 14 remaining.
No, I need that guy with the B here. What the guy name? That can be behind Costa. That guy with the B here. What his name? What the man name? I call him name.
I don't mean talking about.
That man with the B here, can be behind Costa. That Costa picking what his name? What the guy name?
Where is he? Is he here in Minnesota? Or is he?
The man who I'm talking about, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you want to call it better than your business. So they are 15. Plus or minus, they are 15. Okay? Let's talk about ACO. ACO is doing exceptionally well because, culturally, religiously, ACO got a group, right? And who knows, maybe our man Americana will take over ACO. He will be the political leader of ACO. Maybe, at least they can talk. Let's talk about the Liberty Party. Yeah, ACO and Liberty Party will fight for that first spot because since Councilor Bronskin passed away, that party just shaking. Musa went in that party and caused trouble. They don't know him. Youngly, they just fighting now for political position all over, So that party just hanging. So if you put that party and ACO together, I think ACO will win that party because they don't have money. They do not have structure. Do they have party headquarters? I don't know.
The party, they do.
Okay,
what's the size of ACO?
Wait. Who bidding?
In the bidding that PLP used to be in. Right on the road around Edgewater Drive.
That's what I'm saying. They are fighting for that fifth position. They are unregulated. How you call it in football?
That relegation.
Relegation. Yeah, they are on relegation. That's another football thing. They are on relegation. They are on relegation. One of them will drop out. So if you look at what we are looking at, you will understand that you have Unity Party. They are the ruling party. Every Liberian needs to know this. They are number one. Unity Party. You got CDC. They were just there. They are number two. You got Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings remain that thing about test space between Mr. Cummings and Musa Benete. I will give it to Mr. Cummings, the ANC. They are number three. Musa Benete have never contested before. All the sweet talk. The holding the man responsible for making promises he cannot keep. So we cannot put him in that position. But at least he's doing well. Number four, we can name them. When you get Mr. Cummings, Musa, number 4, then number 5, you leave it. Anybody drop below number 5, they're on relegation, then they're gone.
Where you going to place Lino and Simeon Freeman?
Where will you place Paul Kennedy on the show? Where you place it? Tell me where you place Paul Kennedy on the show. Then I will tell you where I place Leno.
I placed him like 5.
You see the trouble you get placing Paul Kennedy, the trouble you get placing Leno. You see a half you cannot even place your own co-panelist. That's the thing I get by placing Leno. So let me say this. Dr. Molma is a good guy. I respect him, right? But right now, going into 2029, he got to connect with party. Simon Freeman, I can talk to him any days. A good businessman, but he got to connect with political party. Oh, listen, the Bible says, and the songwriter will always say, all other ground are sinking sand. All other ground, all other political parties are chopping. They are helping Verb. Right now, no, to be fair, right now, you have Unity Party, you have CDC, you have ANC. I will bring Musa to 4th place, and then the 5th place can be Aqua and Liberty Party. Right now. What say you? Is my selection wrong, Billy D? Billy D, I'm muted. Is my selection wrong?
No, I agree with it. You're heading somewhere. I think you're heading somewhere.
I do believe it, but I say it every day because that waste of time. We will eliminate political party. We will tell the Liberian people not to waste the time between all those helping Verb political party. They got to go connect with other parties because we cannot sit here to waste the Liberian people time. They have to connect with other parties. You see what the man did? D-Max coming out. Easy, you want to join Joe? Move. Easy, he want no trouble. He ain't going to spend waste money for nothing. Look at Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph saying, if Joseph Boakai wrong, then I will not wrong. What kind of party is that? The party saying we form a party, but if the person wrong, I will not wrong. What kind of nonsense is that? So just a party that helping for a party. You got to understand. Look at Thomas Falah. Thomas Falah form a own party and say he there to help Joseph Boakai. So these are all helping Verb. Let's talk about the political party. I know we're enjoying ourselves 30 minutes of show time. I say welcome to the show. Before we bring you in, that Richardson, in my assessment, what say you? What's your addition or subtraction? No plow today. Today, I'm so happy and I'm so energized. And the Liberian people will know the National Identification Registry. What's going on? Richard Kuhn saying he's making almost $2 million every year. But he happened to announce that he gets somebody $2,000 liberty. Market women and to go open business. What kind of wickedness is that? What kind of wickedness is that? And somebody sent me a video about the bottle again. I put my hand on my hair. I started crying today. My wife looked at me and said, what happened? I said, I feeling bad my country. But I will not say, I will hold that one. I will hold that one. But I Richardson, let's get back to the party. As we welcome all of you, share the show, share the show. Let her from say your own, I say my own. That can you zoom in? Who will tell you that how the show started today? Who will tell you? Look at that t-shirt. Who will tell you? Go ahead, Dr. Richardson.
So I want to welcome everyone to the show as usual, and it's great being here today. I think you and Billy, you're on the right track, and I've always said this. I'm not going to change my mind just because Diamond thinks I'm siding with Stanton, or if what Stanton want to consider how democracy is supposed to work in Liberia by eliminating parties. No, I always thought Liberia had a lot of political parties. I mean, the last election we had almost 22 political parties. That did not sound right to me. It didn't.
You. All right, we'll bring Dr. Richardson back. Dr. Richardson, you got to work on that thing. You got to work on that thing. I said, don't welcome to the show. Dr. Richardson, you okay now? Can you talk? We're not hearing you.
Yeah, we're not hearing you.
Ability, we gave your brother another.
Can you unmute me?
We're not meeting you. Nothing we're doing to you. We're not hearing you. That's all. Nothing we're doing to you. So I said, let's hear you. I
have to press Control D.
Okay, you're good now. You're good. Go ahead.
I've been in the back or whatever, but I had to press Control D. But let me just say, apparently there must have been a new airline route for my house. So once a plane goes to my house, I tend to have these disturbances, but I may transition myself into another part, another room. But that's what's happening because this is just started new. It has nothing to do with my computers. But anyway, I agree with you. I think we need to eliminate the political parties. I think there's 22 political parties is just too much. However, I don't think just having 2 political parties in a country, like because America does it, seems right to me. at all. But as you said, Billy, the electorate should have the opportunity to decide, and they will decide. We should look at, like you said, other political parties, what they're doing for the Liberian people, what they stand for. Those should be the paramount issues that we should be looking at. We shouldn't just really looking at popularity contests here. And I believe that CMC is doing a very great job. There are, developmental oriented for so long. Our country has been underdeveloped. Let's look at we have infrastructure in our country. Nobody's focusing on that. CMC does a great job, in terms of meeting the people, going into the different villages and towns, talking to the people. And this is why I'm attracted to CMC. It's not about everyday politics, every day come here and say, oh, who's doing this, who's doing that, popularity contest. It's not about that. It's doing the hard work. It's going in and speaking to the Liberian people. And that's what Musability, that's why he established his party. That's why I'm a part of that party. And he has not contested in a political election yet. So we will see the opportunities, and it's data driven. He did tell us, he said, we're gonna wait. It depends on the electorate. If the electorate said, that we are viable, they're gonna vote for us, we'll go with it. So let's wait and see before we start talking about, ruling out political parties or political people. And secondly, I am interested in talking about what the Unity Party that is in power now, what President Joseph Boakai is doing with the yellow machine in terms of developing our country. What is he doing with the economy of our country? What is he doing with, providing housing to people? How is he spending the Liberian people money? I'm not interested in coming on national platform to currently at this moment talk about Musa Bilode promised to bring machine. He made so many promises, and I should rely on somebody like Wilfred Bangura. I'm not interested in that. So if you bring Wilfred Bangura, to have this conversation, we definitely can have a conversation. But today is 2026. We want doers in our country, people who can do things, okay? People who, if they take the oath of responsibility to work for the Liberian people, they work for the Liberian people. You can't come to somebody and say, oh, I'm deputy minister or so, but I don't know what happened. Why a month? You can't ask questions.
Thank you, that Richardson. Let's move now. Let's bring it acid though. Thank you, that Richardson. At least you're better now. Your internet is good. Isaac?
George Weah will be elected the next president of Liberia 2030. He will be inaugurated. Because we believe George Weah will be the next president of this country, that's why we believe sincerely that our friends from the other party will join hands with us to ensure Unity Party is removed from power. Unlike the Unity Party's chairman, who disrespectfully referred to other parties as helping verb, we see them as unique party, no matter their size, no matter their strength. We believe they got good ideas, and we need their ideas around the table. One of the reasons why the country is the way it is today, because the Unity Party sees other party as no party. Because in their mind, they are helping verb. When we start seeing parties as helping verb, just as the Unity Party chairman referred to parties supporting them, the disrespect towards those parties will be uncontrolled. Today, if you were to speak to parties that supported the Unity Party, you will get the sense that the disrespect towards them is something they've never imagined. Why wouldn't you expect that? Speak to ACO. I got a lot of friends there. They will tell you a lot of things that the Unity Party promised, then they can't see any of those. Now, I'm not saying that the CDC is perfect. I'm only saying that we have to have mutual respect for our friends from the other party. And that's why we know the ANC, Arizona Comments. We know the CNC, Musability. We know Seymour Fremont and the rest of the other people will join together to remove the mistake that the Liberian people made. And again, my brother Stanton, unless you are looking at parties like the ruling party and the opposition, then, well, that's okay. I wouldn't much disagree with you that the CDC and the Unity Party are the two biggest parties. Now, being two biggest parties does not mean you should refer to other parties as helping verb. You think it is only you that have all of the ideas to run a country, and all the other people can only come and help you with some ideas that you believe they can bring up. From our thought, you got unique perspective as a party. We do have unique perspective as party, and that's why all of us need to come towards the table, share our ideas.
You know, one thing you can say about Liberia, they know how to shut people down. One good thing you can always say, they just know how to shut people down. Nobody should remove him. Oh, he gone. The mentor, the internet, you know. Someone can give us a helping verb video. Give us the helping verb video for you. Huh?
I'll have to look for it.
Please. Somebody send us a helping verb video. But let me say this, folks. I know people will say we suffer for multi-party. That Cooper passed away instead of CEO. You know, with people falling down for multi-party. Yeah, I believe in multi-party. That's why I'm saying we should call it to 5. The nonsense of political leader then jumping here and there and telling us to go to contribute to them and waste our time on them. The Liberian people tired. All these small teeny winny party then are jumping up and down. Let it find somewhere and connect with other party that we can build the country. We can build a country. Somebody get $1,000 to go register and say I'm a party. Election time, you get jack. Everybody want to be on the table.
Stendhal, let me ask you, what's the status? What have you heard about Senator Sir Joseph Party?
But again, I'm telling you what I know. Sir Joseph is my friend, right? Sir Joseph Party ain't going anywhere. Because Sir Joseph say, and we got that claim, as long as President Bwaka is in the race,
he's not going to challenge.
He's not running. So Sir Joseph said, even if Jeremiah Kuhn or anybody from Unity Party in the race, he will run. But if that President Bwaka, he will not run. Is that a serious party? To you, Sir Joseph is hustling. Oh yeah.
No, but you know, he has a serious party chair. Right, Dr. Ahmed Sirleaf.
How can you say the best serious? You keep on spoon. We ask him question and man couldn't even answer. He said we got to change the country. We are forming a party. I said, sir, is President Bwaka performing to your liking? He said, yes. President Bwaka doing well, yes. So why are you having a party now to unseat President Bwaka? The man that you praise and say he's doing exceptionally well, but you want to unseat him. But if he's running, then we will not run. So listen, that waste of the Liberian people time.
But it has been established that President Bwaka is running, so that means that
it's not established officially. Officially, the party have not said anything whether President Bwaka is running. President Bwaka have not said anything whether he's running.
Officially, okay. So it's all just speculation.
It's speculation, but I can give my speculation. Yeah, I hope that President Bwaka run. I do sincerely. I hope that President Bwaka run. 2 things will happen: they will beat President Bwaka, or he will be re-elected. So now we can ask the Liberian people, what's their take? Is President Bwaka performing well to be re-elected? Somebody told me today, oh, they're probably thinking about the next generation, not the next election. And I named a couple of things to them. But they did. And I will name it on the show because we started the show yet. How can you say President Bwaka thinking about the next generation, but not next election? How you want me to believe that the papi, President Joseph Yima Bwaka, thinking about the next generation and next election? As the man speak it, so is he. But this one, show me. Let me see for me to believe. And that's the problem we have in Unity Party. Today, Mo Ali say 76% of the country get drinking water. They are connected. They are connected. But not because what the power said. Not because the people are connected, it means that they're getting safe drinking water. And we'll discuss that. We'll discuss it. And Mo Ali is a friend. He's doing well. But, you know when Liberian men say, but.
You know something coming.
Something did it. So, go guys, welcome to the show. We came early today to entertain you. A lot is happening in our country. They're asking the NEC, National Election Commission headquarters, to be repossessed. They say you don't want to pay the people money, leave. Honor Joseph Imam Bwaga, the people taking the National Election Commission away. The people want to tell about multi-party. They are wasting our time. Benedict, let's be serious. CDC, they are very strong. Unity Party right now, because they are in position, they are the strongest. Because they are the leaders. They have the government. Let me ask you, Benedict, without CDC and Unity Party, who you think actually, let the Liberian people speak to this? Nobody asking to go. Nobody.
Besides CDC and no, but I would disagree, Stanton. Besides CDC and Unity Party, who else, you know? Look, like I've said.
What is a disagreement?
My disagreement is that there are alternatives. There are a lot of other parties that can step forward and provide sound leadership outside of CDC and Unity Party. I mean, you know, they just have not been given the opportunity. If we package any one of those other political parties the same way we package Unity Party and deliver Unity Party to the people will receive whatever political party that we to package.
Benedict, and Dr. Richardson will come in, right? Let me say this. Let's have this free conversation for a few minutes, and we'll go into our topic. Let's be fair to the Liberian people. The party have to serve herself before you package them. The individual got to be able to sell himself or herself.
Did President Bwaga, did he sell himself before?
Yes.
I mean, the party was moribund. It was resuscitated by Henry Costa and you and others. I mean,
you cannot ask a question and you answer it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So let's have the free conversation. Today's show, we got a lot to discuss, but we will ask each other questions. And we should answer each other within the time given. This is the Spoon Talk. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. President Bwaga sold himself. Make no mistake. He was already packaged. When he served in government and served 12 years as vice president, he sold himself. When President Bwaga served 12 years, and Benedict, you will agree with me, he sold himself. He was rebranded though. We're talking to the shoe shine board. We shine that shoe. We make it shine. 12 years. There was no corrupt behavior in him that you could have spoken about, Benedict. 12 years as vice president. No one in the country had any record that President Bwaga was corrupt. You want to tell me that he didn't sell himself? Benedict, he did. We just did the finishing touches. We just expanded his reach. And when we did that, the people it was so easy to buy into him. There's a man that came up and said, my people, all the years I spent in government, I was living on loan. Better do you know that? Go with the GSC, go to all of them. You have no corrupt report on President Bwaga. Please let me know if you did. I get back to you, Benedict. We got to move on. Let me know if you did. No. You can look at me any which way. President Bwaga, he worked in government, you can say for 42 years, 47 years, 48 years. He had a record that you cannot find today in anybody that working in government. So don't ask me whether he sold himself. Yes, he did. So, Billy, if you want to move on, fine. I got to go to Dr. Richardson. I believe I answered your question. I have other issue with President Boyka, but that question that people will say, you know what? Yeah, God use the faithful. God use some of us to move on, to tell the word, to tell the people that this is a podcast, this is the man that waited to kill. Yeah, we had a story. But you can never say with his character, he did. So let me hear you. Don't put me in Zico yet today. Don't do that.
Stanton, the same thing can be said of all of the other candidates who are running for president. The same thing, I mean, well, most of them, not all of them. The same thing will be said about Cummings. He was incorruptible. He had all these years of corporate experience. I mean, if you could have said the same thing too about the other candidates. The same thing you were saying that they packaged themselves. They were ready made. You just put the finishing touches on it. You could have done the same thing. You could have spun it and put the finishing touches on it. The same level of finishing touches that you put on for current President Boyka. You could have done it for other candidates too as well.
So before we go to that, Richard, let me take a question on that. Listen, what didn't you do for other candidates?
Because I'm not a practitioner of Liberian politics. I'm a U.S.-based, American-based politician. I come in to contribute, to support, and I mean I leave it up to you and Jacob and others.
Ability. When a leader recognizes a people and knock on your door and say, Ability, I'm coming to Brooklyn Park. I'd like to meet with you, to sit down with you, to talk to you. And these are my vision for country. You weigh in, you chime in, you go home and pray about it, and you ask God for direction. Yeah, we met Josh Manawea. Let's talk about Josh Manawea when we met him. We proposed to Josh Manawea, you have some elements in your government that you need to remove. Rebrand the government, do it for the people. A lot of noise. President Weah then said, you know what, my people? We'll do it after the election. The people didn't buy into it. I didn't buy into it. After the election, you don't need me no more, President Weah. That'll be your last term. You care less about me. So this is my opportunity to tell you to make the change. But he didn't listen. It cost him the election. Mr. Cummings came. We met Mr. Cummings. We had a conversation with Mr. Cummings. But Mr. Cummings has some fundamental issue. Not about Mr. Cummings, his surrounding. I'm happy that today he's changing the faces. Mr. Cummings surrounding damage him. I can call some of their names. But today, I think Mr. Cummings sat back, he realized, and he moved the chess pieces to bring in good people. How can you have your people going to Liberia with Gucci bag, Louis Vuitton, drinking Fiji water, and sitting out with the poor people and telling them that, yeah, their left condition will be better, but they will come back next week after America? How? Then you expect the people, then they can't give the people food to eat. The people, they are traditionally, culturally oriented. They believe the kind of election that we will run in Liberia. But you go take your Gucci bag, you put it on the desk. You take your Fiji bottle of water, then they give you sachet bag of water. You see one of your stomach will run. You will get Ebola, you will get chloride. So the person go. You want our vote, but you don't want us. Find them eating in restaurant. They can't eat pepper cara. They can't eat roasted cassava. They can't even speak the Liberia colloquial. The people couldn't even understand what they were saying. Well, those people were just harming Mr. Cummings. So we leave Mr. Cummings alone. You got to understand. And when we went to Joseph Yima Boyka, it was something special. And I know the whole country right now going to listen to this. And that's where I have the fundamental problem. We have something special in Joseph Yimabwaka, that when he speak, the nation listen, because he had the experience. But where are you at today? Why don't we not move on? So you got to understand what we are saying. The dream to rescue Liberia, the dream to move our country from destitute, the dream that no child will be left behind and said kidney and pepper kala between cars, the dream that sachet bag of water will not be $10, that LDC will be all the way in the country. We are about to surprise you, Dama, if you rather let me know. But today the country is in darkness. Those were the dreams to be transformed and say, but let's try the pape. He got one but one term. He will fix it, he will leave it, and our country will move on. Let's try it. So many people bought into that idea for us to try Joseph Yimabwaka. What is happening now, we can talk about it, but that was the dream, Betty D. But I move on. I don't want to do too much of talking here. My fellow Liberians, we should stop to that 5 political party. They can register their party, will not pay attention to them. They can get 100 political party. They will not get 0.1000 vote. Will not pay attention to them. So yes, my list of party 2029, I think it will be of importance. And all the other people party, we have to go connect. You have Unity Party. You have CDC, you have Mr. Cummings, you have Musa Belete, party number 4, and party number 5, somebody got to take that position. That would be ACO or Liberty Party. All the other parties that helping for a party. Let's welcome our dear sister Glennie, JJ. Let's welcome Emmanuel George. We're going to bring in CMC Jacob Jara. It's going to be firing tonight. We got a lot on our plate, but we'll give you guys a chance to speak because I just hate this thing. People will say, but Joseph Boakai, you know Joseph Boakai, for God's sake. You know his ambition, his passion for Liberia. And that's why we're forcing to do the right thing. So don't tell us, say, but why you polish other people? Amen. Sometimes you can polish Bese Yinbi. When you hit the poo water, you tend to Bese Yinbi. You can't change it. If you know Bese Yinbi. You know Bese Yinbi, oh, that cousin, right? But I shooting, that cousin, Glenn, don't look at me. That is shooting Bese Yinbi. But you getting that bastard over much, you understand what you're saying. But I mean, don't cause me. The issue that you can polish it when I come back to what you want it to be. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. I mean, we want to tell your own. We're talking about ourselves today. We raise our own topic.
Yeah. So let me.
You bring any topic here about missionary Liberia to do something. We'll call you up. We're not here for no Liberian people.
Let me. Yeah, thank you. Let me just chip in a little bit, especially since we are on national platform and I think setting the record straight is important. I know earlier on you said prior to 2023 elections, President Boakai came to the elections with no allegation of corruption. That statement is not right. I don't want you to believe me as Isaac do.
We're getting tapping. Somebody tapping.
Someone's typing. I don't want you to believe me at Isaac Doe, so you don't say, oh, it is Isaac Doe saying it. Please take your Facebook page, type Darius DeLon, President Boakai corruption. You will see Darius DeLon talking about it. It is a record, a fact that President Boakai was once dismissed because of
Can you hear us, Isaac? Okay. So we'll get back to Isaac. Isaac, can you hear us? Okay. Again, guys, we are not talking about allegation here.
Well, who's doing this to me? What kind of UP?
We lost you. Finish up, Isaac.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who the UP guys doing this to me because I got dealing with that. But anyway, like I was saying, it is not a correct statement that President Boakai did not have corruption allegation. He did. As a matter of fact, he was dismissed in Liberia due to corruption allegation. And more to that, though, President Boakai served as vice president for 12 years. His office was never audited. Come and think about it. You will never get corruption allegation if what brings up the allegation, it does not happen. So President Boakai's office was never, ever audited. There is a famous video of the late Charles Walker Bronski laying down the monies President Boakai controlled as vice president. If you were to go back in hands to just perform a one-day audit, you will come to realize that President Boakai indeed will have had too many questions to answer. But that's a topic for another day. Now, the clarity I wanted to make today is just to be sure on the record that President Boakai was dismissed as per the record. Don't believe me? Go on Daros DeLong's page. You will see him talk about it. You will see the news article, and you can see records on fact about that. I just want to clear that up.
Okay, Asa, thank you. While we still with this topic, anybody got a question for Asa to what he just said? Anybody want to blend it? Anybody can come and say something. That Richardson, you want just what Asa said. Let's finish with Asa first.
I don't have any questions for Asa, but I do have a comment. So whenever you want me to make my comment.
What Asa said, we'll come to you. Your response
later to what Asa said.
Okay, hold on. Anybody else? Glenny, you want to add to what Asa said? You want to ask a question, Glenny?
No, I don't want to go back and forth because I think that topic was exhausted many years ago. So I have nothing to add.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Okay. Let me just say this and we'll go to Dr. Richardson. I say, shame on you. Shame on your government that succeeded the Unity Party government. You refuse to audit the office of the vice president. You refuse to raise the issue and hold President Boakai accountable. And you're yet saying DeLong said or Charles Bronski said. You have power for 6 years. You should have done that. There is no immunity to say you cannot audit the office of the vice president. You cannot hold him accountable. How dare you come on the show? And these are the reasons why CDC will flock, because you make these things on the back of other people and say, this person say, have you seen any documentation? Have you seen anything to contribute that Joseph Boakai was corrupt? No. You cannot show us one document, one video, zero to say Joseph Boakai was corrupt. But then you will sit on the show and say DeLong say, Charles Bronski say. But then you have the term. You control GSC. You control all of the integrity institution. You control the Justice Department. You control the Capitol building. You control the executive and all the branches of government. And you did zero. So you're not going to lecture us after you refuse because you had nothing to show. You want us to believe you today that President Boakai was corrupt. We move. And that's the reason why, if you don't know how to say, you will end up losing again. Because that cannot even catch a buka before I say a play. Let's come to you, Dr. Richardson. Let's hear you.
Yeah,
Dr. Richardson, if you want to give me one few quick seconds, just quick seconds. No, just quick. Just quick second.
Let Dr. Richardson talk about it.
Well, he asked a second of my time. I want to yield a second of my time to him.
Thank you. So Stanton, we don't want you contradicting yourself. Stanton, someone not listening to you on Spoon does not mean you are not on Spoon. You are here. Although the person is not listening to you does not mean you are not here. Stop contradicting yourself. You just said President Boakai did not have. And I am telling you that on the record, yes, he does. In addition to that point, I am telling you that his office was not audited. It does not mean CDC failed or CDC did not fail. So stop contradicting yourself. In as much as 2023 has long gone by, this is 2026, my brother. 2023 will not relive no more. Thank you so much.
Thank
That
you.
Richardson, you gotta wait, that Richardson. And that's why when it's your time to talk, you talk. Give me
You see, now you won't come back again. You see, why you can't let it here go, brother?
You can skip over me. I'll wait.
That Richardson, 1 minute. You see, I said we respect you. You're well intelligent.
You gotta mute me for that.
1 minute. Feedback, man. We'll bring you in, please. I said you're well intelligent, man, and we respect you. Right? A lot of people respect you, especially.
Like you say anything, man. I'm listening.
I said, hold on now. Hold on. And that's how I want us to have this open conversation, but we shouldn't interrupt ourselves. How can you say you were in government for 6 years, but you didn't do what you should be doing? And you want us to believe that, yes, indeed, you got something on President Barker that he was corrupt. That's pedestrian argument. And we shouldn't waste our time today. You got Jack on President Barker. If you had, you're going to go after him, but you didn't.
Have you seen any doctrine of President?
And your example you're making today, not because you're not on spoon, so they will say you're not on spoon. I said that move on, man. You're wasting my time. Dr. Richardson, let's have you, man. Dr. Richardson?
All right. Unmute yourself, Doc. Unmute yourself.
You know, Dr. Bobler, she tried, she just can't make it. Yeah, I don't know why. She will.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but thank you, Dr. Bobler, for allowing me to show me how to. So it's going to be a wonderful show today. I just want us to just watch how the show proceeds, watch the dynamic of, relationship between men and women on the show. I think it's this one of the reasons I make it a great opportunity for Liberians to learn how we see women and how we actually interact with women as a group. But I also want to say that I'm here to say, if you've been in power for so many years and you have nothing to show in the year 2026, Liberian people have all rights to question you. Okay, they have all rights to ask you, what have you done? It's just like me. I've worked at a job for many, many years. And at the end, if I'm leaving and I don't know what's going on in different the departments that I have concern over, and if I don't know what's going on with teaching in my classroom, then I believe that the authority has all rights to ask me, and students and people that I serve have all rights to ask me. So if you say you're in government for 6 years, at the end of the day or during your tenure, Liberians should ask you, what are you doing for us? How is the airport road being improved? Are you questioning the $116 million that we spent on the airport? Are you questioning how are you breaking down homes and telling people that God's not making any more land in Liberia? Are you questioning the land that is being, the property that is being built and in FOIA, and there's no answers to how is that property being built? Are you questioning those things? We are in 2026, Liberians, and the reason why we come on this show is to help educate all of our followers, listeners, people who hear the show from other people, so that we can bring awareness to your civic duties. So we can't sit here and we can no longer come and sit here and say, oh, you've been government for 6 years, 12 years, 14 years. Okay, let's forget about all of this. We are in 2026. We want to hold you accountable. We want to hold you responsible. So that's why I come on this show every day to tell you. And by the way, Ike, we had family meeting last night. We didn't see you. Yeah, I text you and everything. So yeah. Please, thank you for joining us.
All right. So guys, again, Dr. Richardson, thank you. Anybody want to say something to what Dr. Richardson say, or we should move? We got to engage one another. Though we have topics, and after this round, we will get involved with the topics. I don't think it will be only I alone speaking here, but my fellow Liberians, let me say this. There's time and season for everything. As we move to Glendy, there's time and season for everything. People got to understand. There will be time we hold this government responsible for what this government is doing. And it's only fair to say so. It's plus and minuses, and we address it. But make no mistake, with these political parties and the proliferation of parties in our country, most of them are considered hustlers. And we set that stage, we'll talk to the Liberian people, and they will decide what way to go. But what we are saying here If you come to defend your party and defend your organization, give it your best shot. Because we would not sit here that our country be destroyed, not because of friendship. I'll come to you, Sis Glendy. Welcome to the show. And when you raise a topic, Glendy, we'll ask you a question though, and we'll go after you too. So welcome. Which side you coming on today?
I don't know why you make it sound like it's something new. Like whoever stops you from going after anybody. Where is that coming from today?
Glendy, I'm here giving you where we position ourselves to do today.
So I can just tell when you missed me. But anyway, I'm here. Hello, everybody. It's good to be on. Hello to everybody watching. I know I already know that you love me and you miss me, and I'm here. But let me just say, I want to deviate from the topic because in the end, when it comes to election time, they're going to ask, just like they did for President Weah and other people who are running, they're going to ask, what has Joseph Boyka done with his 6 years that he was in power? That same question will be rhetorical for him like it was for George Weah. So we'll live there. But I want to say one thing. Yesterday, I watched a little bit of the debate. I think that was a good thing. I think it was a new day. I want to express my thanks to Spoon TV because they allowed us not living in the community to hear people aspire to want to be leaders and the reason why. So I watched a pretty good amount of it. I think it's something that people should reach out if Spoon is going to do it in other communities so we hear from our leaders. The next thing I want to say, this is a heightened time for graduation. I want to send a shout out to all of our graduates and all of our parents. We have a lot of graduates, people doing some great things. So to all of you, I want to say some of the Spoon people who watch their children are graduating, send invitations. They send for their parties or for their graduation. So all of you watching here on Spoon, if your child is graduating or you yourself, I want to send a shout out to you. This moment is not politics right now. It's saying from me to you, well done. Now you can ask your questions, Tinto, whatever question you get.
No. I'm not interested in asking you a question. Jacob, welcome to the show. The only question I want to ask you, why your head growing one way on this side and this side?
Let me tell you something. I was waiting. And honestly, no. I came home, it's 100 degrees. I had I always tie my head, but my hair was sweating. I say I would twist it, and if Tinto doesn't ask about this star, they mean that's Tinto. True to my word.
So listen, this thing is real life. I see everything, and and I love to talk in everything. But Glendy, let me say this: what happened yesterday? Liberia Community Association, the debate, the first of its kind. But one thing, our greatest achievement, both sides want to see eye to eye, and thank God that we went there and we brought them together.
Yes.
It wasn't about the debate that you will ask a person a question. And I want people to go back. We brought Daniel Watkins and that of Albert Jipley. They shook hands. The VP candidate shook hands and they promised to be Lord abiding. Nobody going to quote anymore. Anybody win that election, the other side will support. And that's a new day for Central Jersey and the metro area in Pennsylvania. That's a new day. And we say enough is enough. We got to build a community. What is happening to this community, Glenny? Let me say this to you. When you have all the national talking about recreation center, places that they can go and have the party and enjoy themselves, they're supporting the pepper color, the cornbread, the rice bread, people gathering every day. We don't have it in this community. So the people are looking for leaders. The people were anxious. And they went over there yesterday and they supported the debate. The only thing I get very with the people, the commissioner, Reverend Flum, and all of them, they gave me no food. For in the morning, Glenny, to 8 o'clock, I had nothing to eat.
People are looking at you. They say you are not looking hungry. They say
how you are going to act?
I was looking hungry, and my eyeball, my brain, my body was crushing within me.
They look for you.
But they had a wonderful time. My proudest moment was to bring both of them together, and I was like, thank you, Lord. And they shook hands, and God went down in history. We can do this, and we will support them. Now they got to get to the finish line. They got to knock on doors. What you going to do for the youth? What you going to do for the others? What you going to do for immigration? What you going to do for so many social issues? Do you know how many people running for mayor position, they went there? Congress, they went there. They spoke yesterday. They recognized the strength of the Liberian community. So that debate, which was hosted by Spoon, your network. I want to say thanks to Reverend Flomo, thanks to Pastor Raymond Carterson, thanks to the entire national the election committee. They did exceptionally well, and thanks to both teams, the Albert G. Plate and corporate team, and that of Daniel Watkins and Peabody team. We wish them good luck. I'm all of it now, Glennie. I don't want to be part of it. I'm not bringing any of them on the show till after the election. The person that wins will come on the show. But I did what we were told to do. We honor it. We supported them equally. We move from there. They got to go now to the finish line. And I said that this coming Saturday, a lot of them having party, they're cooking, people going there to eat. I'm not going there. We pray that the right person win the election. Please vote on that day, and let's have a good community here in Central Jersey. May God bless all of you. And if you are in any community, you let people say they will come and debate. I met some of the leaders. They said they will come on the show. I don't know, the whole ULA thing is messed up, but again, we will get there. Every community, if you want our involvement, reach out to Dr. Richardson, Glennie, Stanton, anyone on the show. We will be part of the community. We got to build our community. It's not about the network, it's about you and your community. So thank you for joining us yesterday. And we pray to bring the new elected president on the show after the election for us to have his vision revealed to the Liberian people. We did that yesterday, but we'll bring him on. God bless you. Jacob, what say you, my man? What's going on from your end?
Yes, Stanton, I have a number of topics crossing all bubbling in my head, but I think I want to speak today from basically talking about our natural resource sector, and also this is kind of in a way connected to youth unemployment and opportunity for young people across the country, and also basically tied to a topical issue where we're going to today about a lot of young people begging. I think Representative Priscilla talked something about that, and I think the president also mentioned that also, and a lot of young people are not involved. But I just want to contribute to that discourse, by talking about basically our natural resource sector, Stanton. Look.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's now for us to move on, because you get too
many. Yeah. No, I mean, I'll just talk about natural resource sector. I think I would say here that I would suggest here that the government needs to take some real direct practical action in terms of ways we can develop our natural endowments, iron ore, diamond, golds, of our resources in the sea, talking about fish and the rest of it. Because, and I raised the point the other time, because if you look at the way we've been doing development here for a long time, and I also criticize the current finance minister for that, I think too much emphasis has been placed on this whole IMF, World Bank, multilateral system, and I think a great deal of neglect we've been a great deal of neglect around how we develop, manage, and maximize the value from our natural resources. And then if you look at our budget today, we talk about $1.2 billion or so. Ivory Coast, and Mr. Cummings talked about that the last time. Ivory Coast, you're talking about $30 billion. Ghana, you're talking about $30 billion annual budget. And if we want to develop this country, the most viable path forward I am suggesting here has to be the development of our natural resources, so that we are able to raise our national budget to 10 billion, 20 billion, 15 billion, enough amount of resources required to be able to invest in our roads, invest in our schools, invest in our electricity infrastructure, invest in our public health institutions, so that we're able to raise our country towards middle income country status. And I think the best possible chance to be able to do that will be rely in the efficient, responsible management and governance of our natural resources. And I think policy needs to shift in that direction as a country so that we're able to raise the resources required to develop our country. And one of my friends always tell me, say, Jacob, the broad problem is money problem. So we don't have the resources needed to develop our country, and I think the focus has to go in that direction rather than over fixation or obsession with IMF and World Bank money. And I think the Minister of Finance have to change course in that direction, and the leaders of our country have to go in that area. That would be my comment in that light.
Okay, thank you very much, and that's a good thing. I got nothing to say about your comment, my man. I do. I have nothing.
That's why I've been on my chest for a while.
Your chest, you won't get in the concession fee?
No, I mean, still no. And then all the countries that developed today, how did they develop? They didn't develop World Bank, IMF money.
No, I just ask you. I agree with the World Bank and IMF donation, grant, whatsoever. I think it's a waste of our time. I agree with you. You know, but I think you're coming from somewhere that would take a whole deal on to discuss, you know, exactly. And how we can move it on. Emmanuel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stanton. What I want to share, if you won't mind, Stanton, I have a 1 minute 34 seconds video. That's what I would like to share. Yes, if you won't mind.
Well, let me first of all say it's great to be back in Kigali after so very long. And it's wonderful to see how the country has developed over the many years since I've been here. But this...
I want to play it though, but Dama, I'm afraid before we get into Facebook copyright issue. I don't know whether that beat is copyrighted beat or I want to listen to Mr. Cummings. Is there any way your people can fix it? And we can play.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of these things when they're doing it, let's do the one that would be easier for the network to play on these biggest platforms, than to get in trouble with Facebook.
Okay, let me speak to it and then we'll work on it. Last week, Mr. Alexander Bender Cummings was in Kigali, Rwanda, where he attended the African CEO Forum with over 2,800 chief executives from all over the continent. He had extensive interview, extensive conversation, because he, in the SONA report, President Bouazizi told us that it created something about 70,000 jobs. Our brother Mo Ali came to identify those jobs as our sister and brothers who are in single there around JFK, that I say plenty chips and other things. So Mr. Cummings felt that it was important that we bring actual jobs and actual private sector to Liberia. So he attended that conference to introduce Liberia and introduce investors to Liberia. When he left the conference, returning home, Mr. Cummings knew that Liberians were highly educated or literate. Liberians were innovative. He knew that we're strong people. Unfortunately, the president of the Republic of Liberia have a problem with that. In an interview with France 24 International, the president Bouazizi said we are lazy people. But Mr. Cummings wanted to assure the Liberian people that the market women that wakes up 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the market to sell in Douala so that they can pay their children's school fees. Those young men who are selling gasoline on the street, those Liberians that are struggling, living 010 or 011 or 101 per day, that they are not lazy, they are strong people. And it was just to give us to reassure the Liberian people that even though our president sees us as lazy, those of us who understand our country better, those of us who are not riding in $2 million vehicle paid by the taxpayer, the lazy people and revenue to the government, we want to assure them that we are a strong Liberian people. And that's the reason why we should kick this government up in 2029, because the president has concluded that Liberians are lazy people, which is unfortunate for the president of the republic to speak like that. Thank you.
So maybe, I think Dr. Propper, I don't
Well-
know, did you speak? Dr. Propper and Winfrey, I don't think you've spoken.
Yeah, Dr.
I
Brooklyn,
think
go ahead.
we're
So Dr. Propper and Winfrey, I don't think they've spoken.
All right. So,
Yeah, so yeah, Doc, you can go ahead.
well, yeah, okay. All right. So, thank you, Clendy, and good evening. Good to be on the show tonight. Good evening to all those who watch and listen. Keep doing that. It's making a difference. One show at a time, one conversation, one input. Let's keep trying to make a difference. Santa, I was listening to the show from the beginning. You were talking about electability, and you were talking about President JMB, and the fact that people didn't have anything on him. And that's a fact. At that time, people never had anything on the president. That's the only thing came into it. You had no facts, no record. I know people talk about somebody else say here, somebody that's not fact. That's my opinion about something. But there was nothing on President Boyka in terms of this man corrupt. We got document here. He was convicted there. Nothing. So that was a big part of that when you put him next to the other candidate, character-wise. But I will say that one of the big reasons why the president was elected is because of the poor performance of the incumbent at the time. Because the CDC government performed so poorly, the people were frustrated, and frustration translated into election. And they said, we don't want CDC to come for another 6 years. So now President Boyka is here. And I think the president has maintained, his character, his integrity as an individual, as the head of state in terms of, corruption, those kinds of things. There's an opportunity now that you're midway to deliver. It's an opportunity. I think the first 2 years could have been better, but we're here. And I think the next 2 years will be critical. Because if the next 2 years things are not transformed and things are not turned around, I think that will be a verdict by itself. Because the people, the hardship, the pain, the unemployment, the difficulty is real. Here's the interesting part to me. And Santa, you are talking about the parties and you name a few. I find it interesting that new parties mushroom, but new vision don't. New vision doesn't, just new party. So if you're coming and saying, I'm here, and you can't show me how you would do things differently, then all you're saying is move those people, put me in there. There's nothing wrong with the process, it's just the personnel. To me, that's a difficult argument to make because we've been at this for a long time. We've been a sovereign nation for a long time. The war ended a long time. We still don't have running water. In spite of what Mo Ali said, we still got trash problem. We still got unemployment problem. We still got electricity problem. So if you just come in with your new party, but you don't have a new vision, a new way of running the country, a new philosophy, but just put me there because I'm better than the other people, then people may revert to, the devil we know versus the angel we don't know. I think the president and the UP government have an opportunity, but it has to reflect itself in results. Electricity, housing, sanitation, bigger investment in human capital, meaning education in people, road, construction, miners, the bureaucracy of Brani Samakar and others. If this party can turn the corner and act like technocrats, not just bureaucrats, I think that's a great opportunity here. And the need is huge, and the opportunity is right. But if you don't do that, then the people look elsewhere. But they will not look to people who just say, vote for me, but you can't tell me how you do anything differently. Because if you do what we've been doing, then we'll get what we've been getting. So we'll see how things unfold. I'm glad to be on tonight. Glendy, you got the helm. So
No, I think Russell, did you go?
No, not yet.
Yeah, but I think Glendy, we're only responding to what Stanton was saying, so we didn't really give
No,
our
everybody
opinion.
were going and giving their 2 minutes. I think Santa gave everybody 2 minutes to welcome and say what was on their mind. I think that's what he did.
No, we're responding. For me, I only responded to the political party stuff that Stanton talked about, so I didn't really see what's on my mind.
Oh, okay.
We'll come back to you, G.
All right, maybe after Russell, then you.
No, I say it's quite correct because we interrupted him with the back and forth. Let us say go Russell. Well, welcome here and Fubi. Fubi, it's good to see you. I say you go ahead and we'll get into our topic after everybody said the free flow rounds. Isaac?
Yes, Stanton, thank you. So, I came on the show wondering in a great deal, although it is a good thing for me as an opposition from the CDC, but it was something I kept thinking about, and I'm sure many other persons may have noticed as well. Why is it that people in the Unity Party are the ones attacking the foreign minister of the Unity Party? Again, it is a good thing for me. But this foreign minister was someone that I supported from the onset of our appointment. I'm on record for that. Everyone knows I'm 120% a sedition. It is not my business to talk into anything from the Unity Party. But in the interest of our country, though, I'm not sure how many persons will disagree with me. Regardless of how bad the government is doing, I think if you were to choose one person who I would consider the agent of the government, or that one person that is helping this president to a greater extent, is the foreign minister. You don't go in an opposition camp and see that many criticisms towards her. You don't go on the street and see that many criticisms towards her. Even after President Boyka gave his sonar, every other thing he said was criticized besides what he says of the foreign ministry. And very, very positive, everyone will agree, they are not perfect. But one who have thought that the Unity Party who go around her for the fact that she is the one giving them small little things. But when you read social media posts, when you read and you even speak to Unity Party partisans, they will have the worst to say about her. That in itself tells me that the fight in the Unity Party is making our country now to progress. And let me quickly end. When you notice the issue of the Guinean at the border, it is because of the infighting against the foreign minister, against this person. That's why it is what it is today. Because people are threatening that this woman, for some reason, is not being attacked from the opposition on the street. A lot of people got, good say of her. So they always want to be sure that they hit against her so that it becomes this circus. It benefits the opposition, but I really think it doesn't make sense at all in my mind.
Thank you very much. Very deep. Sorry for laughing at Isaac. Isaac, keep on trying. Benedict.
We can ask a question.
We love our country.
Ask a question. If you get a question, then Benedict will come in. I get no question. I said no. Exactly. He's in Liberia. You know what he's saying. You know how many times he had met Sarah Besley Auntie and all these things. So all that thing, I plenty of opposition. I'm beating her.
So I said, why you think this Unity Party partisan is attacking the Minister of Foreign Affairs? I've been reading the post from them. I'm shocked at the level of attack coming her way.
Thank you. I think you even talked about it. So Stanton, no, I don't meet the foreign minister, but on the show, I support her confirmation on the show. Publicly, I don't go beyond corner and do things. So to your question, it is a wonder to me as well.
I beg you, let me meet you small. You are saying on the show that you have never met Sarah Bestow in her office. Is that what you're saying on the show?
I don't go about meeting Sarah Bestow.
No, I'm not saying you go about meeting her. You are saying on the show, since she took office as foreign minister under this government, You have never met her in her office.
No, I'm telling you, I don't go about meeting Sarah Bessler. Where you keep asking the same question. I mean, I'm 23 years. Hold on, let me answer this, man.
You see? Okay, I see
So
you,
again, I don't go about meeting Sarah Bessler. But listen, no, start off.
Let answer question. It's okay for you to meet her. It's okay. You met her 3 weeks ago. Isaac, we are in the government. It's okay for you to support Sarah. It's fine. We got no problem with it. But don't sit on this show and try to say there's this unity among the Unity Party folks because you just met Sarah or Sarah. I know your relationship. You respect her. You love her. She loves you. Okay? It's not a bad thing. But for you to sit on this show and saying that we shouldn't announce that you've been having that cordial relationship with Sarah Bessler, it's okay. Your opposition, you can do that. I will not put your picture up when you met her in your office. I won't do it. You my friend, stay, brother.
If you pull one picture up, I would never come on this show. Again, my brother, this is not 2023. We feel the 2023 propaganda. Let me quickly answer Emmanuel. 2023 propaganda gone no way. Me, I'm not answering you. So, Emmanuel, it was you, I think, that posted that in the chat room that actually brought my mind to it. Again, Stanton, everyone that knows me knows as I do. I don't go behind the night and do things. I supported Sarah Bessler's confirmation publicly on the show. I supported her confirmation. The reason I did, because before I go against people, I want to be sure I'm doing it fairly. I went to her record. I saw things she's done. She has been to some of the worst countries on earth. And I thought the fact that she can go to places like Sudan and these kind of places, she can help our country. So I supported her now. So your question, start off with now. Give me a chance. You feel your propaganda me, I was quiet. You say you're a puppet. Let me answer Emmanuel now. There you go.
Let's move on.
Let me answer Emmanuel now. Why you can't give me a chance? You give me a propaganda about Sarah office, the point minister.
People that I say it's okay. Listen, I supported Sarah, you supported Sarah, no problem. If Sarah do wrong, we'll rebuke her. Okay?
Right, but let me answer Emmanuel now.
Your time finish. Let's go ahead. I come to you. Gotta go. We gotta get to our topic. This thing is something.
Since time is of the essence, we can get to the topic.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Fubi here. Fubi, welcome to the show, my brother. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Look forward to a good show. My own opening will be, I don't know why when you ask this edition, why you want can't do, why you want we have to come back for they just get vexed that causing you instead of highlighting the reason why they want to come back about. As soon as you say why you want to come back, they leave all the real issues. Tell me why you want to come back. 12 years you had to study. You had 6 years to apply why you studied for 12 years. And you did nothing. Now they say you won't come back. Come out to do what? Explain. Say we learn our lesson from the past years and blah, blah, blah. But we just start cussing. So I don't understand. I say I gotta explain to her why I won't come back. Thank you.
Who you ever asked and they insulted you? You show one text of you asking any sedition and they insulted you, I will never come on spoon. Show the text. You guys can lie and you think they're lying with the white Okay, let's Stanton give you an 30 minutes on the show. Let me tell you in 10 minutes.
Instead of waive my time so we can get into the
don't mind. Y'all can lie too much. Who you ever ask and it's insulting you? Only United Party can insult. Everybody knows that only United Party insults every day. Even when you say, oh, President Baka ain't walking the insult. Show us one text message from any sedition I will never come on the show. You can laugh too much.
Thank you very much. I said we know your speed. That thing you talking about, I will never come on the show. I will never come on the show. We know your speed.
No, let me show one text. These guys can laugh. They laugh too much. United Party folks. Sedition get one. Stand away. We get one period. You see why we have to come back.
Conversation is good to have you. A great show. And guys, this is about what we will be discussing today. Yes, last week we discussed the National Identification Registry, right? Dr. Richardson, can you go ahead? I'll be right back.
Okay, so Steno said last week we discussed the national identity registration. We understand that Austrian company is scheduled to get the contract, and I think we also heard George Famler was on the show, who spoke about his initiative to. You want to go ahead, Stanton, take over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to take that call. And somebody want me to remind us to do that the 285 yellow machine pieces. We may ask to leave the show because he said if all 285 arrive, he should be leaving the show. So we're going to count them for the sake of transparency, right? So this is why I asked Brian Samukat to do. We take the guys to where they get a yellow machine. We count all the 285 pieces of yellow machine. We'll show it on the show. Then we ask Asido whether he live in that booklet.
Let me repeat my statement. Yes,
Let
let me repeat my statement. If 285 yellow machines come in this country, I will never come on the show. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. 285. Wait now, please.
I said no.
If you take camera to count with camera, 285 yellow machine. I will never come on school. Let me repeat it again. You think I'm 2023, it coming 2026? The government will never bring 285.
So I say we will leave it there. We will show the two. Me, I promise the Liberian people, plenty. We'll count the 285 pieces of yellow machine and show it on the show. And then we ask Asido that say his goodbye from being on Spoon for all these years. Then we ask him. But let's move on. I want to appreciate each and every one of you share the show. Guys, it's very, very disturbing. The National Election Commission were asked to leave. I know the government intervened. Probably the government will take care of the dues. But what we're discussing tonight, one of our main topics is the National Identification Registry. You guys just understand. Benedict, I put some document in the chat room. We can go up and come down. I want to ask the Liberian people, how safe are our documents, our information in the hands of foreign nationals? What are the costs? Is the government explaining more to these investment or concession? We had George Famler here the other night, and do you know that the information we are gathering, and we hope the government can explain, that they copied that thing from a jump from $9.4 million to $54 million. I'm shaking. I really want to know, and I hope somebody from the government can explain, because we cannot explain all this. So, Benedict, you know, you myself was talking the other day. Where are you with this thing? I put the information in the chat room from 9.4 million to 54 million. What kind of craziness is that, Benedict? Let's see you go to Dr. Richardson on this. I'll put the information up. If these information are accurate, then the government or the Liberian people some explanation. Benedict, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Stanton. Yeah, we did talk about it, and we did have a lot of questions. It was a very, very informative session. I think a lot of folks who listened in and participated talked about it, because Mr. Famler, not only is he knowledgeable, but he's very passionate about the subject area. Yes, I mean, I do have some concern, and I asked him some questions. I'm not so particularly worried about our data being in the hands of a company that is foreign to Liberia, or a company that's outside of Liberia. Now, if we can get some Liberians to do it, I mean, I do know a good number of highly trained, highly experienced Liberians within that sector. There were a couple of Liberians I know. There was one young man who received a PhD scholarship from Liberia at the University of Minnesota to study computer forensics. So there were a good number of them here. So I do know we have the capacity. So whether we have the organization in place to make that happen, there's something else. So I'm not, I think with the right legal and governance framework put in place, Stanton, I think it's not going to jeopardize our data by any means. I mean, so what is the legislation that is authorizing, say, for example, the data collection? I mean, how what legal framework governs the data sharing with commercial third parties? I mean, there are a lot of infrastructure framework that needs to be established. For me, that's my concern. How will the registry legally define and verify, for example, Liberian citizenship, not necessarily the racial aspect of our citizenship, but there are folks who come from across the the border. We have very porous border, so there are a lot of issues that need to be to be sorted out. But at least on my mind is the fact that because it's a foreign company, our data is going to be jeopardized. I would love to see a Liberian company compete for this, but once you have to.
Let me ask you a quick question here, right? Don't you think the government need to explain this? This is the first budget 2025, $9.8 million, all right? For the same work. Yeah. And I share information for you to see. There's a lot of concern. And when this company enter the country, nobody explaining anything. They can just pull enterprise together. But how did the government jump from 9.5 or 9.8 to 54 million? How did this happen? And that's why we share the information in the chat room. And everybody got to pay attention, because where's the money coming from? The money coming on the increase of passport, increase of driver license, increase of everything that have to do with identification.
Yeah.
So are we saying magically it thing left from 9.4 all the way to 54? Look at this document, my fellow Liberians, and understand this is the actual proposal from the company when they first came in the country. So, Benedict, let me give you a few more seconds before we go to Dr. Richardson yet, though.
Clearly,
concerning.
Yeah, someone needs to explain why this huge disparity in the cost. I mean, there's no question about it. And maybe there were folks out there, I mean, with the government, they can come on and explain to us. It was $9 million, and now it's $50-some million. Why there's such a huge gap? And we would need to know. I mean, folks would need to know. We're not accusing anyone, but just need to find out, what do you have? What can you say to tell us about this huge gap, this huge disparity that exists in what was initially put forth and what is now being stated as what is going to cause to put this in place. So I mean, I agree with you, Stanton. I mean, there's no question about it. Someone needs to tell us why this price disparity for this particular product.
And we're going to be asking the Liberian people, right, home and abroad, because when you have to travel to Liberia, you need all these different documents. Dr. Rich is saying, two major concerns. They increased the price from 9.4 million to 54 million. The second thing, no PPCC, none. It was all done, say, bypass PPCC. These are some serious concern as to why. But who are those players? And we're going to explain it today. Richard's going to say you.
Yeah, Stena, first of all, I am concerned about Liberian people data being in the hands of Australian, I think that's what they call themselves, company. We're talking about fingerprints. We're talking about maybe some facial recognition technology. So especially with the way how the world is. This is why I'm concerned that anybody can take your documents and do anything with it, especially in a third world country we were saying that, we have monkeys in our country right now, and we don't even know the status of the infection rate, or whether they have it or don't have it. But we isolated them, we put them. There's a whole island in Liberia where you can go and see these monkeys. They are just there. So we don't know. We don't know. We don't even have anyone checking some of the technology of people who are using our data or not using our data. We don't employ those kind of things. So I am concerned about our data getting in the hands of people who may not be necessarily friendly to Liberians. Yes, you did say that the price raise went up from 9.4 million to $54 million. It is concerning to me when we have such a contract. That was part of the problem that I have with this contract. There was a lot of secrecy around it. There was no talking, no communication with the Liberian people, which is probably one of my problem with the Unity Party. Things are happening in this government, and they do not come and speak to the Liberian people. Being a good leader requires you to communicate regularly, okay, with your constituents, which are the Liberian people. So so there was, like you said, no PPC was involved. I don't know why. And we talk about Liberianization policy. Lastly, we talk about the Liberianization policy. How are we going to be enriching, empowering our own Liberians when we are taking some contracts? We know George Formula said, he said these things have been done. The NEC does registration for Liberia, almost every Liberians almost every election period. So they are able, we are capable, we have the know-how, we know how to do this. But why are we then giving something that we know how to do to an outside company? And we speak about the Liberianization policy a lot of times here when we have the Putu Mountain in question that is going to the Middle East. And then, of course, if what you say is correct, which I do believe is correct, we have this contract of the National Registration of Liberians going to an Austrian company. So it confuses me a lot. We cannot be talking about supporting Liberians and at the same time, taking our companies and giving it out to other, even though we know that we have repeatedly shown that we have the know-how to do these things. So thank you, Stanton. That's my thoughts about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Rachel Singh. This is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. We want to say follow through. We share this document with you. The concerns, everybody will have their own 2 cents here. Yes, the letter requesting of no objection is in the chat room, guys, right? This letter was written and it was signed, right, by Mr. Andrew Peters, requesting no objection, right, from Burgess Scott Johnson. Burgess Scott Johnson is the Chief Executive Officer of PPCC. I want to just quickly, because we want to say we're arguing about this today, right? Come in before we can go to Glennie and Emmanuel. I say, these are some serious issues here. When you have this kind of letter saying, we are bringing a company $50-something million. It was 9.4. It went to 50-something. What's going on in this government that nobody know about this secrecy? And now we are forced, and the money will be as about talk. We'll tell the Liberian where the money coming from.
Right. So, Stanton, before we go to the money issue, let me ask. The new company, the foreign company, is now producing license plate for vehicle. Has anyone seen anything on the new license plate being produced by the foreign company that Ministry of Transport never had? The exact same thing. Let me tell you what's different. The colors have been misplaced to another. Now, the color that was down is the same color the guys took and carried up. The one that was up is the one the guys took and brought down. But the same thing. So if you had the Ministry of Transport producing the very same license plate that the foreign firm is now producing, why give it to them? Why give it to them? Now let's move forward to today, the National Identification Registry. I can guarantee you the same ID that we've had around here will be the same ID they will be producing with a little, maybe, bit of enhancement. That same enhancement could have been done by the NRA, by the NIR, should I say, or a Liberian firm. Now, this is the thing that bothers me a lot. What is the thing that shows indeed Liberian entity don't have the capacity to do certain things, but those things that are given to the foreign entity are actually being done by Liberian technicians? Now, if the foreign firm comes, they hire Liberians, and the Liberians actually do the real work, the same work that Liberians can do it. But the contract goes to the foreign firm, and the Liberians are paid crumbs. So it confuses me a lot. I'm not sure why would you give a contract to a foreign firm when the actual work will be done by people here? Why not give it to people here then? I gave you an example very quickly. I was at Youth and Sports. The same thing happened once when we were there with the World Bank. They wanted a certain thing we were supposed to do. We wanted to get to Kenya. And I told them, no, unless we can find anyone in Liberia, then we'll go to Kenya. We were on the back and forth. They say, oh, I say, I don't care. Unless we can find no one in Liberia, the 5.5 million people, if no one can do it, then we'll go to Kenya for it. But now you come to the issue of money. We all saw the document. The budget was 9.8 million. PPCC request 9.8 million. Request to the executive director 9.8 million. Boom! 54 million came. From 9.8 million to 54 million, and the government doesn't care at all to tell the people what is going on. They don't care whatsoever. But the people see their money going. How many times we have not had this? Yellow machine came, about 27 million. Now they need about 50 million plus for maintenance. Well, how all of these things happening? Well, somebody will back it, somebody will defend it. But of course, this is indefensible. I don't believe that all of these things going outside of Liberia cannot be done in Liberia. If we need enhancement, we can contract people, they can come to help as consultants. But I think Liberian firm and the government should be able to tell the Liberian people what is going on. Stop going to market and be insulting, give information, let the people know it.
Thank you, Isaac. Glendy and then Phility, please come in.
So, hello, I just wrote something short down because I wanted to I wanted to be able to say exactly what I said, what I have written here. We can be critical of every government that comes to power. Some of us were critical of George Weah's government. Some of us were not critical. Some people were critical of Ellen Johnson government. One of the reasons that usually happens is when the government is not transparent, that the citizens know what's going on and what's happening. And so when we're hearing things, not from the government directly, but from different entities, it makes it difficult for people to be constructive in their criticism. But it's also, we're seeing some of the things that are happening. So the change Liberia that we want will come from Liberians who are changed. Change Liberia will come from Liberians who are changed. And that will also help with our mindset. It will help our focus. It will help with redirecting your resources to empower Liberians to do some of this job. Some of the work that we have in Liberia, Liberians can do them. But it's almost like we always seem to think that, they probably don't have the bandwidth to do it. So some other company who may have it will come and sell themselves, and then we find that Liberians are shortened to be able to get some of these contracts and stuff that's going on. So the government is responsible in all of these things and all of the information that's disseminating, because it's what we're hearing that's been trickling down. So that change that we want It's going to come from each Liberian, especially from the government, who will be responsible enough, knowing that they are held accountable for what's happening. So many Liberians, there are Liberians who have different things that they're doing, that the government can try to empower these people. I mean, we've talked about this company so many times, and we keep saying the same thing over and over, and it keeps happening. So who is going to take that bold step to say, no, I want to try this Liberian company to do this?
Thank you, Glennie. Billy, and then we'll go on to Emmanuel, Dr. Brooklyn, and then Phoebe Henrys.
No, I think I've spoken already. You can go to Emmanuel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel, I'm sorry. I thought it was.
Let me help paint this picture. The director for compliance and the monitoring division at the PPCC wrote a very this is his line of recommendation. The commission do not grant, I recommend that the commission do not grant the National Identification Registry no objection to employ the restricted bidding method for establishing a first-class National Identification Registry. Request the registry to utilize the international competitive bidding method. This is from Mr. Bassett Doan at the PPCC. A technocrat, a bureaucrat sent this recommendation and it was ignored by the government of Liberia. We spent $30 million registering 2,471,617 Liberians for the just completed 2023 elections. With our population at 5,731,206, it meant that we had the capacity already to register. All we needed to do was to upgrade that capacity to register 3,259,589 Liberians. We have already invested 30 million in that as a country. So for what reason are we starting this whole process again when we have done it with the National Election Commission? And even though there was a recommendation that it's been opened up, our government decided that they were not listening to the technocrat, but they would do what they wanted to do. And that's why we have this situation right now. With a company that should have started from 9 million, that has gone to over 50-something million dollars. And that's the challenge I believe we have in our country. We keep spending money, duplicating the way we spend money on the same things we could do it. So that's why I was not surprised, even though I was deeply shocked when Mr. Famula told us last week in this conversation that the president already has an CIO, but he made an executive order to employ a second person in that position. This is the duplication we're seeing under this United Party-led government. This is the way we spend and spoil money in our country. We need to wake up as Liberians. We need to wake up to change this situation. That's the reason I support Mr. Alexander Benedict comments. Because I'm extremely sure that this situation will change. We are not challenged because we don't have. We are challenged because those who are responsible for the part we have are not being responsible enough. They are not distributing it so that every one of us can benefit from it. They are duplicating functions. And we need to change this as Liberians. Thank you.
Thank you. Cynthia, you want to come in? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who's next, but this is, I just want to remind us guys, this is very sensitive. It's about national security. And I know that the Bobla and Kubi will speak to this. They are talking about this thing will go on SIM card. Everybody that got cell phone, SIM card in the country, you have to register, you have an ID. This is about banking. And this is so unique because it's like your social security here in America. That everything will be connected. So then the people will have to pay. So the government owe it to the Liberian people to explain better. And I believe also you have spoken that of Bople. And that's the fear people have. As to from 9.4, 54 million that of Bople, and you didn't, this thing got to go through concession. It over 10 million now, you got to go through the lawmakers. Talk to me that I don't know whether we can trust them.
If I could just ask, maybe somebody on the panel knows why was the suggestion by the PPCC officer did not go through? Why did they not take his suggestion? He said he didn't like the no objection stand of the government. So maybe somebody can answer it. I don't know. Thank you.
It's right there. I put a document in there.
Okay.
It didn't go through because, and guys, maybe we can do everything today. Beautiful question. Let's give that to Bople the chance to speak and Fubi. And then just read what I put in there. The messages are there too. This is troubling for our country. I'm hearing that people in government are concerned that to Bople as to it will involve people's SIM card for their cell phone. It will involve the banking information. It will involve a lot of stuff. Hey, you bypassing the regular legal channel? That'll Bople.
I think we start with a fundamental question. Why do we need to outsource something? You only outsource something when it's an absolute need and you can't find anybody to do it. Then you outsource it. So I said we're talking about a plate earlier. I'm on record for going against that. And I still believe that's the wrong thing to do. But what is the company that they outsource it to doing differently than what the mainstream jobs are doing? Absolutely nothing. Zero. So then you say, but then why did we outsource? And I would say because people are getting cuts. So then we come to a national registry. I don't know one country in the world that outsources this kind of work to non-citizens. This is not super sophisticated. Liberians are qualified to do it, and we saw Famula on the show the other day. Liberians can do this work. There's something that's starting to happen here, and it's very concerning. The people now have figured us out. They are coming in like vultures. These people in Syria will go here, we'll mago, we'll get somebody something, and all the things they can do themselves, we'll take it. It's very concerning. The government needs to shift. The president needs to step in. The National Registry can be outsourced to people from across the river. That's something we can do ourselves. That's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that it makes citizens lose faith in a country. When you talk about the promise of the future, the promise of the future is tied to the potential and the possibility that the people see. This is my country. There's the one place where the Liberians should say that my land here, that my place here, I can be my best self here. But if you're outsourcing everything because I got a connection, they will come with this, they ain't got the money, and they got the money. We ain't got the money and we waste money like we do in this country. Why not invest the money in Liberians, in Liberian talent? In Ghana, they take student loan. If there's student loan, you go to college and you pay the government back. Just like do in America. Where is the new idea? Where is the promise of a new Liberia, a better place? We need to stop outsourcing and let's invest in our own people.
Dr. Bople, thank you very much.
The president can step in and change some of this.
I'm telling you that the president is very, very much concerned, and I will speak to that. Folks may disagree with me, but the first thing about this whole thing, the company should bring 60% of any amount. The company don't have 60%. Fubi, I can read this to you. I'm not going to share, but let me read this to you. The people, what we're looking at as contract, concession document, it was done by the people. It wasn't done by our government people. Isn't that amazing, Fubi? The people created their own contract, brought the contract to the government people. right? Where you have LTA, and that's some of the reason when Dr. Richardson, you asked why not PPCC, because they know that it was wrong. This thing right now, this document is with Gafwan. Gafwan is trouble that he don't want to sign this document. The people created their own contract and brought it to the Liberian government for approval. When players within the government said, no, we're not do this, they were override. We got to tell this story. This is about the national security of the country. This is about money making, but the story needs to be told. I'm reading this. They say, why not these people bring 60% of what they're asking, of the project funds, and have it resident in any local bank? They will bring 60%, put it in any local bank. It was rejected. It was rejected. But you ask yourself, who are those behind this thing? Hey, Fubi, hold on 1 minute. I'm hearing the name Alex Tyler from Bowman, Senator Alex Tyler. You know, I'm not going to call name today. I'm going to hold on the name calling. Except the Liberian people want to know that, I will put a picture up. Read the contract. Read what in from, how you call him, Gafwan. Read the reason why Gafwan delayed, and you will understand that maybe Gafwan would be brought. If it is not United Party government, he will be persecuted because this is fishy, this is so confusing, and Gafwan is scared like hell. For me, let's hear you. The fact of the matter is that the information, SIM card, bank document, and everything got to go through this company. They're bringing no money in. Immediately the sign is the government will start contributing to that company. Every entity. Go ahead, talk to me.
Okay, yeah. So going there are a few points, and I didn't follow the George family live that day. I didn't follow that show, so I didn't know the more of the detail from this angle. And like Dr. George said earlier, you know, NEC has been using 30+ million to register people doing voter registration. And I have been one person that have been against NEC even doing that. I've always advocated that the National Identification Registry should run the whole show, have the data, and NEC can use that data for a national election instead of paying that money to NEC for free. Then you have people registering, then people will pay $5. And within the past 7 years or so, National Identification Registry been charging $5, and they couldn't even register for 15% of the population. And I think with regards to this 9.8 million, what I got is that the $9.8 million is the annual rate and that should be done for 5 years. So if you're doing 9.8 for 5 years, you're hitting for something of close to 50 million. So it's not for the companies said that they will do the whole process for 5 years, and government is asking them to do it for 1 year instead of 5 years. So when you do that, then you bringing down the 9.5 and 9.8 million for 1 year each. You have to now do the 9.8 for 5 years. So and that will be just for 1 year. So the 9.8 is not for the full 5 years that they wanted to run the program. So just for 1 year, and you do that for 5 years.
Let me stop.
So that's
Fubi, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Don't do this. Fubi, look at the first contract and the second contract. Do you have both? Do you have both contracts? The one that in from Gafwan 9, the first one from 2024. Do you have both?
Gafwan.
The recent one that they sent out to Gafwan. The recent one and the past one. Do you have both? I want to bring you with this yes something. Fubi, let's wait tomorrow.
I don't both for that.
Thank you. Do you see anything about 1 year on this document? Zoom in. Do you see anything about 1 year on this document?
Yeah, this one is not complete because there are the heading, you can see the heading.
Oh.
And at the footnote, we see 30% government. So it's not complete. So I can't speak to it 100%.
And what the percent for government and what the percent for the company?
I see 30% for government.
Okay.
But the heading there, I cannot see the heading. So the heading will explain the different line items in the columns. But the heading is not there.
Then I will correct you. Because if people play this kind of game, right, on just hurt the Liberian people, right, you got to be very careful. And that's why we're going to it. Let me be on the record, and I will say as I see it, the president wasn't happy. The president sent it back to them 2-3 times. But each time they sent it back to them, there's clause within this new contract that they reverted back to the same old contract, Emmanuel George, because of where the eating is. I will share both contracts with you guys for you to see. And then tomorrow we will come to the foot to make the comparison. The people agreed to do the whole thing for $9.8 million for me. No matter how many years it takes. Trust me. The guy name is Charles Boyi. He's a Ghanaian guy. I will put his picture up. His name for Ghana, Charles. Charlie, that's his name. We have a picture, we have his information. Charlie Boyi, B-O-E, let me spell it right. I won't put a picture up tomorrow. And if the government cannot explain to the Liberian people what actually happening, how you think these people will create their own concession contract, bring it to you, and say government sign it and you sign it. Fubi, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I was saying, for my own information that I've got, it was like the 9.8 is not for 1 year. And 9.8 for 1 year and not for the 5 years. And the initial contract for the deal was to do it in 5 years, and the president wanted it to be done in 1 year. So to do that in 1 year, you have to multiply the 9.8 by 5 to do it in 1 year. So that's the first point. And they also wanted to charge to do the ID card. And with this, the president wants the ID card being done free of charge instead of being charged to the Liberian people, because the $5 that NIR been charging within the 7 years plus, they have not registered about 15% of the citizens. So this deal is intended to register everybody within the country, citizen and non-citizen. I think there were the issues. So the government just need to do more, like you said. I agree with that point. More explanation. So you have to be very clear to the public about the intent and what people going to benefit, so that you don't give room for speculation. So when you come out clear as a government, you give the full details. It helps the citizen to appreciate the process rather than reject it and fight back. And I think that's where the government misstep is. So they just need to have a clear publicity on this. What the intent is, what's the end goal, what's the target, and how people are going to benefit from this, and all the different issues that are going to be tied to. And like you were talking about the social security process in America, and all of those things, we need the government to be clear to the public so that people will not have to speculate. Because when you are transparent to the process, you give people more information. It helps people to even come back and speak to this thing with more clarity, and it will help to kill some of the confusion in the public. And I think that's where the government needs to focus more. But I think, like I said earlier,
let me ask you quickly, Fubi, why is it they bypassing PPCC? Fubi.
No, I don't think they're bypassing PCC. I think they got it with no objection. Just the only point there is not open for much bidding, but I think PPCC is involved by asking them to do a non, bidding process. Or one bidder. So I don't think they are bypassing.
PPCC asking them.
No objection. They are asking for no objection. So they're not bypassing. They're going to PPCC, but they're not opening up for more bidders. I think that's the only issue. But they're not bypassing PPCC.
Let me ask you a question, Fubi. And Fubi, you're a smart guy. We'll move on. While you have this kind of money coming in, over 50 some more million of dollars, and you cannot go through, this is a full concession. But you're asking for no objection. There should be no one bidding. No one. You are telling PPCC the NIR saying that he is instructed that nobody else should come to put a bid in Fubi in Liberia, directly giving the thing to foreign national. Fubi, that's not why you fought for my man.
No, I'm not. You asked me. You asked me. I'm going to that point. It's not what I was saying.
And tell the Liberian people, say, no, you're my poor foot. That Richardson Emmanuel. We get this to the Ghanaian and Austrian company, and we call it a day. And that the Liberian people paying on ID cards, on bank cards, on SIM card, that the Liberian people paying. But sometimes if I want to go back to my old Stanton ways, Dr. Bopler or Dr. George or Dr. Richardson and everyone else, it's that you got to show these people picture that doing this to Liberians. The documents are very clear. Where are the competent people in Liberia that can question these things and say, no, Dr. Bopler? Where are they? Can anybody pull forward and say, no, we would disagree till you guys get it right? So somebody might come to pay LTM, yeah, give it to them. Now we're talking about NIR, Dr. Richardson. And we cherry picking what we agree with and what we don't agree with. Tomorrow people will be paying all of the pocket, Dr. Richardson. Take it away. We got one more to go. We got a lot to discuss today. We hope we can cover them all. But this is concerning the people need to hear and are serious. I will put these people company information up tomorrow. I will put it Charlie Boya, the Ghana guy from Accra. He related to Kubi. I will put a picture up, right? Look at the guy.
I think we're asking the rightful question and we're speaking in the interest of the Liberian people. And the rightful question is, why are they bypassing or not going through the proper channels to validate this contract? If we have rules in our country, we have laws, we have to follow these rules and laws to improve the country. So it's like saying someone is half pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. So amazing that you start to call names. I wait to see the people that are involved, and I wait that the Liberian people take note of these people that are involved, so that we should just be cognizant of what is going on in our country, who are in the interest of Liberians, who are working towards making sure that Liberians do the right thing and who are not, So that's how I like to close this part of the
yeah, let's close this thing because we got to squeeze in the other two topics. Betty D, this is our second time we'll bring George back. We got so many documents. But while Liberian people should only eat the crumbs, Betty D. I'm hearing you have content creator aspect in this deal. You have different yama that Liberian people can do. But Liberian people shouldn't do the $54 million project. They will come and just do PR and all kind of yama. Something. Why should we eat the crumbs that will fall from the master table in our own country, ability?
It is unacceptable, Stanton. I think not to belabor the point. Everyone here has said, their piece and has spoken forcefully about how backward this whole approach is. And we just need to call on the authorities and whoever is in charge to please, again, take a look at this and come up with a plan. Let us, for once, implement the Liberianization policy. It's going to be a great thing for the people. It's going to be a great thing for the country, for the coffers of the government. It's going to be a great thing for all of us. I don't understand why we have been pussyfooting around and not implementing this policy that has been passed a long time ago. So it is clear, and I think most everyone here has made the point that this cannot sit, and this should not be accepted. and we should push back. And I'm glad that we all are pushing back and, you know, calling on the government to do right by its people and to do right by all of us, actually. And that is, you know, that the Liberianization policy must be implemented. We are tired, and we cannot develop our country if we're just subjected to the crumbs, so to speak. We have to be a vital part of the economy, and this is you know, this is part of it. So if there's a Liberian firm out there, and I have no doubt that there are a lot of Liberians out there, George Formula is one of them, but there are countless others who can do this work, and so we must do that, Stanton. But in the meantime, we need to know what is causing and what is responsible for the disparity in the demand. From $9 million to $54 million, someone needs to tell us. We need to know.
Yes, it's serious. It's very serious. Glennie, let's get you closer on this, man.
So I think I spoke about that, and I said the government needs to be intentional of engaging Liberians, changing the focus, and making sure that, I mean, there are companies in Liberia, Liberian companies, that can do this kind of work. We had a company who did the registration stuff at LU. The name I can't say it, but Vivian Jones in Liberia has a company Matana, they can do that. They have companies in Liberia. I mean, they have a track record. They actually just celebrated 25 years.
20 years.
20 years they've celebrated.
The leading IT company in Liberia.
This is a just a company in Liberia. Don't promote the people that they pay also. Don't call their name.
But no, but I'm just saying we're talking about business.
People are talking about a French company and he promoting a French company.
So we're looking at them Liberians.
That's better than promoting the people from across the world. Taking all the jobs.
Your French company, they're not paying us. The other people where we say they are bad people.
Why are you talking about Liberia? Why are you talking about French company?
If you call your French company Matwana again, that popular you pay. Seriously.
But I'm not talking about brother speaking, I'm speaking, and I'm a comment. I'm just saying that we have a track record of a company in Liberia who's been in existence for 20 years with Vivian Jones, who did registration process for the University of Liberia. So the government could have engaged them. There are people there who can do that kind of work.
You're right.
Instead of going foreign, basically engage our Liberian people, someone who has been there many years in Liberia. I mean, these are things that can be done. Even if Liberians don't have the capacity, they think they don't know Liberians that can do it. People can partner and do some of this work and invest in your own people than taking it outside. And I just know that company has a record. So they should engage them.
My argument though, why are we saying this thing over and over and over?
I don't know.
Who in the government? Go ahead, Richard, saying before bringing.
I just wanted to add. I think it was on this show we spoke about the Liberia Telecommunication Agency, the LTA, train so many Liberians to be, get involved in computer, do some digital work, and they could have been used. We just spent all that money training a lot of Liberians to engage in working with computers. And now we looking to outsource, this important computer work. So that's what I just wanted to add. So like you're right. Why are they not listening? Who hands in the cookie jar? Maybe some people are getting payback. I don't know.
We got a record names tomorrow. Who hands in the cookie jar, Emmanuel? We do. Why are we going to say now? Let's go down the line. Why we hate our own people? We hate them with such a passion that giving them contracts to promote and better themselves and Liberians and their neighbors. We really don't want to do that. It is not only to this government. CDC did the same thing. Once you are not a sedition, they give you no job. Unity Party doing the same thing. Once you're outside of that branch, they don't care to give. Why this is happening in our country, that we will sit every single day and say on the show that yes, indeed, Liberia only good as spectator in her own land. Liberians are only good to eat the crumbs that fell off the master table. Then somebody will look at us and say, you can do the PR portion. You can do the content creator portion. So that only Liberian get to do content creator, that only Liberian there to do PR. Can we own it? And this is disturbing my fellow Liberians. And tomorrow come by and say, so, Abbas, you are dying on Abbas. You are dying on a Sao. You are dying on the data is too. One shot for the data, pow. Two shot, pow. You are dying on that mentality because they are taking the goods, they are taking the best of the food and giving it to the foreigners because of kickback. But they're allowing you to be the dogs that eat the crumbs that fell on the table. This must change. And we will call the names, we'll show the picture to you tomorrow. And then we will ask President Bwaka, what say you, Mr. President? Is this rescue? Look in the government today, every small contract gone to foreigner. The airport contract gone. This contract gone. That other contract gone. Something about water is gone. Then we will come here and say the government is performing where? Dr. George Emmanuel, let's hear you, my friend.
Stanton, there was a renowned Rasta musician by the name of Bob Marley. He wrote a song called Redemption Song. There's a line in that song that is a quote that I live with every day, especially when I used to teach African history. It says, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. That's a challenge with most of the challenge we have in the African continent is to emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. Look, in our history as Africans, the Europeans took us as slaves for 500 years, and when they got tired, they followed us back to the continent, and for over 100 years, they colonized us. When we fight for when we went through the struggle of independence and became independent nation, they found out one thing, as is recorded in Chinua Achebe books, Things Fall Apart, and the other book, The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born, where they learned that we were a corrupt people. So they decided to noose us against each other in order to corrupt the system. There is a classic, How Europe Underdeveloped by Walter Rodney. And there's a line in that book that he spoke hard and said, we are heroes of woods and drawers of water. And in our own country, our own people are making us to be in that condition of being heroes of wood and drawers of water. We can change this. Our fellow Africans have taken a path of redemption. They have learned that you have to enrich your citizens. There was a long talk that we Liberians, perhaps some of us that in leadership struggle from this thing they call crab mentality. We don't want others to go to the top. But for us to be a successful country, we have to make some of our citizens millionaires and billionaires with our resources. And that will help others to pull to the top. We can no longer be in a country where the entire Mamba Point during the Civil War were owned by foreigners. And we Liberians could not afford to live at that part of our own country. Where Sinker, according to our fellow panelist, Samuel Jackson, when he walked from the middle of Sinker up to I think ELWA Junction, he counted 25 supermarkets, not one owned by a Liberian. Our government should start this initiative. As I said, we spent $30 million to register 2.4 million Liberians for the 2023 election. The technology is there. We pay money for that. What is the reason for us spending an additional money to register just 3.2 million Liberians? That is a high at 52 million. When we spend 30 million to register the first set of people. So the technology is there, and we as Liberians and our government, hopefully, will do the right thing. I know you defend the president and say, oh, the president vests. But if the president vests with these people, why don't we see the results? Why don't we feel the anger of the president? Is it not the same president who said, well, listen, people? Thank you.
So the president of the station not to fire people. The president of the station like cocoa of the station. At the end of the day, the cocoa go up, and you can still drink it. And you can let it calm down, you drink it. So you tell me about the president, you tell your the president of the station not to fire, you will still keep them there. The president hire you for life, he fire you for life. So honestly, I would say to you, good question. He should act now because time is not on his side. The Liberian people, they are watching. The country is suffering, taking food from the people's mouth. I want us to pivot quickly. That a booklet, this come right there. I love to play this. That a booklet, take a listen.
So I can say since we took over, a lot of taking place. We've attracted public-private partners. So within the next 6 months, you will hear from us that we've started some construction around the country. Apart from what we are doing in 6 counties, with the presidency, I think we've heard the president announcing those, and we've gotten a public-private partner that is going to implement that. That should have been our program for the national government, but the funding didn't come through, so we've gotten one of our partners, Larex International, to pre-finance and then be paid through budgetary.
That booklet, what I want to play is coming up. Reclaiming Zezeta, Doe Community, New Georgia Estate, and they will reclaim, but it will be reclaimed by the National Housing Authority as their property. I want to just give you a little light because when I heard this today, I like what kind of mission the government on, and we name those community again, right? Is there any other way now, President Barker can fix this to rescue this situation? Let's play again.
I'm very much aware that there are existing reports of government properties and estates, some of them being encroached, some of them been neglected for years now. Are there plans by your administration so as to ensure that those properties that have been neglected, some of which encroach upon, the government can restore those properties?
Of course. There have been plans, and we have commenced effecting those plans. There are several of our properties, like the Zeze community. We have reclaimed Zeze community. We have gotten the requisite documentation from the archive and land authority. Okay, and we've reclaimed. We've had stakeholders meetings for Sawayo. We've had stakeholders meeting for the other place on the highway there, where you have the SDS University. So we are reclaiming all of these properties. We have the deeds, but the people.
So that Bob, let's start with you. They will reclaim Zeze community, Doe community, New Georgia Estate community, all those places. That National Housing Authority. What's you base yourself on decentralization? Let me bring you in on this one now. Is this government on the wrong path? And reclaiming, forcing people to leave their properties. What's the message here the government putting out there that people play?
So, people greatest need other than food is housing, shelter. And so the housing authority, to me, is one of the most strategic government entities. And the people who lead ought to be strategists and business people. I'm not sure, Stanton, what she meant by reclaim. Does reclaim mean move people out? What I thought we will be hearing by the third year is we are building low-cost housing for people. Use the airspace, high rise, put people in 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom, give people places to stay, let them pay. Government makes money, people have a decent place to live, move from the sing round, our children are a little healthier and they're more productive. Families are better. But we haven't seen that yet. And that to me is one of the projects that you undertake right away. It's a need. Look around here. Right here. Those are only right in the Moreover area environment. The zing ride everywhere, the shacks everywhere, because we're overcrowded place and people need places to stay. So that agency has an opportunity. I hope they will not allow the opportunity to degenerate into an obstacle. Lay out a plan. You can even do county by county. Just take one county and say we'll build some low-cost housing, apartment. Don't build the houses that you've been building before. Most of the people in Liberia can't afford them. Build apartment, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. It's better than people living in Zingran where it rained, the water flood the place. Everybody gets sick, typhoid, all this thing. Build apartment. Look, we got children, Stanton, growing up in our country in 2026 who don't know what flush toilet is. And they may never know because there is no pathway at this point to move them from the huts to houses to apartments. But the opportunity is here. That's why I keep saying the president and the UP government have a great opportunity, but you got to change course. You can't be trying to hoodwink and bamboozle people. Talking about 76% of the people got water and 17,000 connected. All right, yeah, man. I'm connected and I got water. The water, I got my own water. So don't, let's be serious. Let's be serious. The opportunity is here. You can transform this country. Take one big project and do it well, and then blow up that message. Look what we did here. If we go over here, we can do more. Housing is one of those areas.
Dr. Buplet, thank you. I'm kind of very deep. Why should this be the topic for today? And if you listen to this lady, because I went back over and over to listen to her, I've come to realize that she's talking about removing the people. Dr. Buplet, you asked them, they were not talking about like the broke days on the second, the Hotel Africa. They are talking about, she said the houses that they don't resemble Liberian houses. I will play it. So they got to remove the people. It's just, I don't know, Benedict, let's hear you.
No, finish your point. Finish your point.
Benedict, though. Benedict. My point here is that the government going around removing people when the country is hard. The government going around removing people when there's no job. The government going around making people homeless, right? When kids are not in school. Even if you force them in school, you having the University of Liberia president coming out to say to you that we have to increase prices on activities and other issues. The priority of the government, like we are seeing, break down the homes in 72nd, remove the people to Hotel Africa, go up and down and go to Peace Island, make folks homeless. Why is this a priority so much for this government? Would this help this government? That when these people are homeless, Benedict, you got to say your own yet. You don't want me to go further, my friend.
Stanton, I have mixed feelings about this, and I've spoken about it here too, especially given my background as someone who served on our planning commission here in the city. responsible for almost $300 million worth of infrastructure projects. Development does not come easy. There's no need for us to sensationalize this issue. Development does not come easy. I mean, we can, as we say here, it's become a cliche now, but we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Now, the government needs to come up with a comprehensive plan of how to relocate these folks that are being dislodged and displaced. I mean, there's no question about it. But to say that we should ignore that, we should forget that, you know, we travel all over the place. You know, we want to spruce up, we want to develop our capital city, our country. You know, and I do agree, I will submit that, you know, there are ways about doing that, and the way they're going about it is the wrong way. I think there is no comprehensive master plan. You know, we call on the government a long time ago, where Dr. Brooklyn and them live. There's no excuse why Marshall does not have a master plan to guide and govern its development. There's no reason. There's no excuse for why Charlesville doesn't have that, or Royceville now that's coming up doesn't have that. So we need to get there, Stanton.
The master plan we talk about, the taking people from the home.
But Stanton is all part of it now. So what we cannot just.
Yeah, but Billy D, you live in Brooklyn, Minnesota, right? You get jobs. People are not jobless. People working. They can afford to keep a family, to rent a decent apartment, to live in a beautiful home. You've been there for 20 some more years. You know that. You went as far as working in government, congressman, councilman. You are privileged. You decide where to work and where not to work. When you tell
I still work in government center, but what I'm saying,
let me make my point, Billy. When you tell me, because Europe looking better today, Brooklyn Park is beautiful today, so it's time for us to do that in Liberia. Create jobs. Create jobs, the people will be happy to relocate themselves. When you come and tell them, listen, people going to bed hungry, and your priority to make them homeless. And you want me to believe you that yes, indeed, look at Brooklyn Park. Forget Brooklyn Park. Go to Liberia.
No. Don't take what I'm saying.
Don't say
don't take what I'm saying out of context.
You cannot equate Brooklyn Park to the place they're going to just take the people because they got nowhere to be. And you say, look at Brooklyn Park. Look at Minnesota. You got a job.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Your sister we got a job. Even at Burger King, she will be making $15 an hour. My daughter, even touring at the school.
Is the minimum wage $15 an hour in New Jersey?
Whatever it is, they are taking pay. Don't. You trying to sensationalize this? You are
I'm not sensationalizing.
You are looking at people in Liberia in destitute. And you are saying because Brooklyn Park is beautiful and people are there living in skyscrapers, that why the government want to do the Liberia, create jobs. Get those people.
I agree with you. I don't think I'm disagreeing with you, Stanton. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that they're going about it the wrong way. We need a fundamental plan to change the development trajectory within the country. We need jobs. But you were the one who advocated for this government, promising us that they were going to create jobs, and they have failed. They have not done that. They have not done that.
Very thing we are done with this guy. Wait. I've done with this guy all the doodle ball. Now he's looking for bazooka to come after me. Yeah, I've rained on him with everything. Now he is close to very take care of me. I'm done with this.
So in all fairness, Russell, we're not going to allow you to do that. You got to speak truth to power. Some of us believe in you. Some of us trust you. Whether you support the government or not, you got to just call it out. You can't be saying, oh, we're looking for development. So because there's development, so that's the caveat you give. We want a place to be beautiful. We want development. So because we want development, we should make people homeless. No. I think the thing is, there should have been a plan in place first. The other thing is, why is there so much rush to do so many small things and not pick a target, fix it, and move on? You got education, pick health sector. If you do one and you master it and it's perfect, there goes your repetition. Why are we doing this? We're doing small, life small, water small, education small, hospital small, their home small. Like, who wants to beautify a city when the homeless rate is gonna be high? So you build those buildings, the people have nowhere to stay, and they'll line up in the streets. Let's be fair. I don't think
didn't you hear me yet talk about the plan?
No, but you gave a caveat first that the place has to be beautiful. That's the first thing you said, and that should not have even been your focus.
No, the plan has to come first before you beautify the place.
No, but they have to first decide if it's a government of the people, and they're concerned about their citizens. They will first have a plan in place on how to take care of its citizens first.
Then they can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Well, I mean, it's just too many things of you breaking down homes. I mean, let's be fair, realistic. Some of these people don't even have jobs. They have nowhere to go. And I'm connected to people who lost their home in Jalatown there, or wherever that is. And I'm even helping one or two of them to find places to be. So how is it that you think this is okay? It's not okay. There's no need to rush. Do a plan, a drawn-out plan, but be concerned about your citizens first. And then you can make Liberia skyscraper or whatever scraper. But take care of your citizens.
I agree with that. We need to take care of the citizens.
If I can just footnote 10 seconds and just footnote what Glennie said. So the opportunity is plenty. The land all over the place. Every county got plenty of land. You go to Grand Bassam and you build low-cost, high-rise apartment. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. The people can afford 1 bedroom, go there. 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom. People who are in Monroeville, Stanton, who ran here because of the war, displaced, but had no reason to go back to the place they came from. Now they have an opportunity. In fact, some people will go back to help you build that high rise. And then they'll have a place to have jobs. Then the government, to Glendy's point, and I keep saying that, find out one thing, do it well, and then point to it as a best practice. Look what we did in Grand Bassam. We're putting people in decent, affordable housing. Now let's move to Grand G there. But you here, you there, you running all over the place, small, insufficient, inadequate, small, insufficient, inadequate. So nothing is big enough to get the whole nation excited that look what they're doing. And that's what I'm saying. The government has an opportunity, but you keep using the same old formula. It's not working. It's not working. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome, Dr. Copeland. Dr. Josh, then we'll bring Asim for me.
Stanton, several questions that we need to ask ourselves, I believe. One, is the city over congested? Yes. Are the homes up to standard? No. Do we have pipe-borne water? More at least 76%. But we all know that the answer to that question is no. Do we have electricity, stable electricity? The answer is no. Is the government creating opportunities for people to have jobs? No. Even in the Sonan, the 70,000 jobs that they told us that they created, Mo Ali came and he explained to us on OKF how those jobs look like. They are our brothers and sisters who right now, if you are driving by JFK, they are selling plenty chips. They belong to that 70,000 job class. So can they afford to be removed or ejected from their house to find a new place? The answer to that question is no. So let me share this. One of the things that amazed me a couple of years ago, I was honored to be on my presidential delegation was the city, was Dubai, the history of Dubai. When that country had money in its coffers, the crown prince removed the farmers because there were many farmers, dates farmers. He removed them and built estates for them and placed them in our estates so that they can appreciate the country and the government. That is not what we are doing. Our civil war increased the population of Monrovia to 1.5. How many governments have been sincere enough to build low-income houses for our citizens? So this is a terrible thing they are doing, removing people from the house. So I stand firm with Glennie tonight. I totally agree with Dr. Brobler also on this issue. If the government is serious to remove people, let them build low-income homes. Let them create an opportunity for people to work. Move those people who you want to move into the low-income home. And if you want to redevelop those areas, you can go ahead and redevelop it. That's how many of your friends are doing it. And I think Wilfred will agree with me. Even in this country, you don't just move people without them having the opportunity of a place to live and a place to survive. So yes, Madam Florence, I think GB is or something is her last name. GBAE is her last name. You have a great idea, but your idea will cause more chaos because you are removing people and you have nowhere to put them. And those people will become homeless. The same thing you did at 72nd. So let us find a right way. The government said that it has surplus, 40 million last year. Okay, can they invest that 40 million into low-income housing? Thank you, Stanton.
Very much, Dr. George. Let's go to Isaac. You know, the president promised 600 homes or 6,000 or 60,000, whatever it is. Let's listen to the president. Where are those homes? The only thing we see the government doing is a bad priority, very bad. The people are being homeless, jobless. Homeless, jobless. That's the message going to 2029. Homeless, jobless. Because we want to make the play look like Brooklyn Park. Isaac.
So there are many problems on the heads of people in Liberia. In addition to waking up every morning, worrying about food, worrying about transportation for the kids to go to school, worrying about paying school fees, parents and people are now also worrying if government will come and take their lands. Let me ask a simple question. Who on this show believes anyone wants to happily live in a zinc house? Who here believes it? Who believes there is anyone who will not want to live in skyscraper? Who believes it? Who believes anyone in Liberia don't want to move in President Baka's 10 million mansion in Foya? Who believes it? Can anybody show me a person that don't want to move in President Baka's almost 3 or 4 million mansion he's building right in rehab? Everybody wants to move there. I have never seen anyone to tell me they are happily on purpose living in a Zingon house. They are there for a reason. They are there for a reason. It is not because they just want to be there. Because opportunities for them to move somewhere better is in there. How has it become a normal thing now that every single day government is breaking down homes? Every single day government is breaking down homes. We didn't see this amount of breaking down homes during Charles Taylor regime, though some of us were small. We didn't even see it during Judy Bryan regime. We didn't see it during President Sirleaf regime. We didn't see it during President Weah's regime. It said today breaking down of homes becomes a normal thing. I remember a few weeks or months ago, a viral social media picture that took over the internet, where this woman was sitting on the sidewalk, breastfeeding her baby with her luggage right by her. What kind of an image are you sending to your people? Is it that the government has forgotten its responsibility to the people? My people, why it is truth more needed to be done? But hey, President, we have built some proper homes without people being all on the street breaking homes down. He built it, moved the people there before getting rid of this one. Let's go to red light. There was a time the government wanted to remove sellers from red light. So we said, no, we can't just come and tell people say, oh, move. Then where are they going to sell? So we have to get somewhere to carry them before we ask them to move. That's how they build the Omega market. They build the Omega market, finish it, dedicated it, and then ask the people to transition there. That's how a sound government takes decision. You don't break the people homes. You don't care. They're all on the street. The other woman breastfeeding her baby on the sidewalk, her luggage right by her, nowhere to go. It is like you don't care for the people. You must care for the people. The people don't have the means to build 10 million mansions like President Waka is doing. They don't have it. If they had it, they would happily build it. No one on purpose will want to live in a zero house. No one. I know when President Waka was living on loan just a few months ago, I'm sure he wouldn't have done that had he had millions. Although he had it when he was living alone. Good thing today, he's not living alone now. He is building 10 million mansion, 6 million mansion all around the place. So apparently he forgot that people don't have the 10 million to build a mansion. We ask the government to have empathy. We
Thank you.
ask the government to care for the people. This is wrong. The people did not vote for this government to put them off their homes. They didn't vote for this government to leave them homeless. I think it is sad.
Thank you. Let me play exactly what she said to the end for our better ability to listen.
Yes, university.
Okay.
So we are reclaiming all of these properties. We have the deeds. But the people that gave the government or sold these lands to the government, we've had conversation with them. They say, you're coming to take over your place and reclaim it. But so much infringement. People have taken over and encroached upon those properties. It's a bit of a challenge. And we need to sort of like clear those properties and see how we can put the intended structures are supposed to be there. So you don't have this haphazard, structures that does not resemble what the government wants to be done there.
So your question you ask yourself, what the government want? Is it skyscraper? The structure that are supposed to be there, we got to reclaim them. I mean, this is an embarrassment on the government. When the president said, God, I'm making new land. And what the people have is the little Zenrai. And every day they're going to bed, that will popular before you leave. Every day they're going to bed. Every day those people go to bed thinking, looking in the daughters and the son faces and in the Abba and say, they come to break our homes. They are worried, no food to eat, no job. But one thing hanging over them, we will be homeless. Amen. Who going to speak for those people? President Baga said he got to face the country. Things got to change. But who will speak for them? That these people going to bed thinking, is it a time? Peace Island. That they come here, they come to break down our homes. They come to remove us. Where will we go? Who will help us? They come to change this place, the Brooklyn Park. They come to change this place, the New York City. But where in New York City, somebody going to put in an application and they don't have a job? Where in Brooklyn Park today, even at McDonald's, you go there, you make money. Hey, man. Fubi, you know, on this note, I just left for you to speak. And then we'll just end the show. We'll keep the rest for tomorrow. Fubi, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you. So Dr. George, just quickly, the article issue is free of charge for everybody. So on the issue of the land, the reclaiming and rebuilding, to answer the point, Joe, we didn't build Mega completed. So don't take Ellen project and claim it a weird project. But I agree with the point. You know, we need the government needs to, like I said before, ensure that they have a plan before evicting people from those lands. That way you give you soften. It's like the bite and blow. You soften whatever pain you're going to cause. So at least they know that we have somewhere to stay while you go and evict and come up with whatever plan. But on the issue of government should just do one thing. Government is now function to do one thing. Government is function to do multiple things at the same time. So if government just decide to focus on one thing and neglects the other, the real noise will really start. Because if you say, okay, our focus is going to be only on healthcare, for example, people will start complaining about barrow, people will start complaining about education, people will start complaining about food, people will start complaining about jobs. So government is function to do multiple tasks at the same time. But all that we ask government, as you execute these different tasks, do them properly so that people feel the impact. If it's not going to be on a larger scale, and if you say this is the target, we have 6 years as a government, and we want to achieve all of these things, be focused, and on a yearly basis, you ensure that whatever you plan to do within the agriculture sector, the health sector, and all, put all your energy into all those different things with seriousness, hold people accountable if they default and not live up to the tax, the expectation, close all the leakages so that you don't have money that should be going towards, for example, building roads ending up in somebody's pockets, money that should be going towards the hospital ending up, see drugs ending up in the doctors or the nurses' own pharmacy instead of being used in the drugstore. Money that should be going to the educational sector, go actually into the educational sector and not ending up into the minister's pockets and other people's pockets. So just ensure that whatever you allocate for that sector, whatever sector, should be used for the intended purpose and not be diverted. But we can't tell government to just do one single thing, because at the end of the day, then the real not to start. Because when you sell only on healthcare, no road, we stock up in the mud for 1 week, 2 weeks. That become a headline on a daily basis. Oh, there's no drug in the hospital. People are being held at hostage in JFK because they can't pay the hospital bill. That become a topical issue for the day. All schools are not functioning well because of XYZ. So the government need to just focus and direct our attention and say, look, this is what we want to do. This is the plan for year one. Whatever we need to execute that plan, put all your energy into it, hold people accountable. If you need to fire people, you need to punish people, you need to dismiss people. All of those things should be part of the plan of implementing, but not just to do one single thing. At the end of the day, the government will end up being a failure because they will not be able to achieve those things, and the citizens will not going to be happy at the end of the day. You're going to have more noise than not having noise and not doing anything. But the unemployment issue should be first on the agenda for the government. You solve that problem, then you can do all your demolition, because if people have food to eat, people have money to put in their pocket to build better structure or go into government low housing structures, you can be able to solve the problem. So plan B before you execute plan A with full force.
Yeah, well, thank you, Fubi. I don't understand your plan B or plan A, to tell you the truth. Your plan B to C to D, I understand Jack. Fubi, I try to figure out what you say. Yeah. First of all, you went and said nobody paying for the ID card, it's free. Then you went to ASIDO and said about a study project. I care about any of this thing. We're talking about what the government is doing right now. You know, the poor people, the poor people.
Being proper homes.
Yeah. But this is President
Budget Training Center. Mr. Speaker, members of the legislature, providing adequate housing remains a priority. Many Liberians live in overcrowded, insecure conditions. To address this, the National Housing Authority will begin building 600 social housing units across 6 counties in February this year. Mr. Speaker.
Well, in February, we want to save this for tomorrow. Number one, they have not started yet. They have identified some places that are registering. But you know who got a contract? The people that put that thing in the sonar. The very infrastructure ambassador, or how you call him, where he position he ran in government. I'm calling him now, keep it for the more. They might put in the contract and you get, or you put it in that address and you get all the contract. But since forever, my people, 600 income yet. You know, I will say this today for my closing. And I know it would be hard for me to say, but let me say, should I? You can lie your way to power, but you can't lie your way to government. I want to say, I say don't lie. For my heart to be at peace. You can lie to win election, but you can't lie to govern. That's my closing. You have a good night. I know I said they will call that later on. I did it intentionally for him, but that's my closing. Good night. Dama, can you come on the show? We appreciate every one of you. Have a good evening.
Before we go, stand up. Before we go, I know. Yeah, on the closing, I know the last. Hello?
Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, before we go, I know just to throw it in, I know we have a day only. And of course, we've been talking about that from the back. Ministry of Commerce is one place I think we need to put a very big guide on. The reason why I think it is important, because listen, when people talk about prices, when people talk about all of these things growing up, Ministry of Commerce plays a central role in all of these things. So what happens at Ministry of Commerce should be a national discussion. And, you know, I mean, we have been hearing so many allegations about one Reeves, whom I understand is an assistant minister. Those ones are things we are still going after to make sure we understand them. But I do believe Ministry of Commerce should be one of those places we very rarely talk about, but it plays central to most of the things that goes on, things that actually go on in our country. When it comes to pricing, when it comes to all of these things, they are key. They are right in the center of that. We have to actually look at that. I know we will, but I just wanted to pass that in my closing because I thought it is important.
We're trying to make this adjustment. You're quite correct. Damo, are you sleeping or are you coming on? I want to say, but I said though, on the serious note, Fubi hearings, let me tell you something. What is so passionate about this discussion is that it's about the people, right? And everybody should be willing to understand that we should treat our fellow Liberians with the utmost respect. Give them what belongs to them. The Bible says, render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. We should give the Liberian people what belongs to the Liberian people. What is happening in this country is an embarrassment. Sometimes, Fubi, I come on the show to defend Joseph Yima Bwaka. But you know, when I come back to us and say, then what did Papa do? Why can't he fire these people, bad people in the government? That's a fair question. It's a good question. If you look around, Fubi, it's so disgraceful. When everybody's like their own president in their own entities, administer Fubi, they call the shots, they receive the kickback. Don't come on my side, I will not go on your side. He is an embarrassment. Don't come on my side, and I will not go on your side. Let me eat my own, and you eat your own, and everybody walk. We cannot have a government like this. When Henry Pedro Costa talked about rescue, and Unity Party people bought into that rescue, they forgot one thing. That rescue was so powerful. And today, Asido and Fubi, what have we rescued? Don't listen. Manasari talk about road. Joey talk about road. Joseph Barker, don't tell me about road. Because the next government will come and face that road again. Look at RIA highway, Fubi. Look at the highway. How many government are you on that road, Fubi? How many government are you on that road?
I said that 8 hour morning.
But Manasari didn't eat some too. Joseph Barker didn't eat too.
We have project there.
I've eaten that road. So when they come and talk about road, you know that's a scam. You know that's a scam. The government forgave the $22 million that went into public work. I would just say, let's forgive them. Let's put our hand on them and forgive them and pray for them. They hear and tell about the $22 million. It was free. So if any government come and say, I will focus on road, it means that they want money to go to public work for them to steal. They are not interested in building roads. Look around the country, Fubi. What is happening for this government? You know, I thank God I was only 3 years. That man will come with let wake up. I said, though, what is happening in the country? Fubi, what really happening? Fubi, go back to Liberia and see how people are suffering. Every day you tell them, you know how many times did I fed them monocommunal road to come play? I don't know where the road is no more. Every government will talk about monocommunal road. World Bank invests in monocommunal road. Every government will talk about road in GDP. So it's sweating the people more. Because of where they're stealing from.
The monocommunal Lofa road. Yeah.
Because of where they're stealing from. The small RIA right there, they can't finish it. They not steal money, they steal money. That way to Lofa road, they go and call monocommunal. Because nobody's saying monocommunal. How many people will go to monocommunal? Because that's where they're stealing from. But the one that influence the people when you come in the country, when you live in the country, the RIA road. Now everybody will see clear. They not eat that money. I mean, it's just bad. It's very, very embarrassing. So what have this government done? You ask them, they scratch their head and say, but we build a feeder road. We build a road. Then what you have done next? Go ask Madam Sali. She will say she built road. Joe, we are. They call him biomedicine. But what this government need to prioritize, they are not. They're breaking down people's homes. People, mothers and fathers going to bed with the pressure up that they're coming tomorrow with bulldozer and yellow machine to break down their homes. Look at the school system, my brother Fubi. Look at the school system. No LDC in the country. The country is hard. The country is dark. Very dark. Is the government focused on LDC? So we need to bid on the government to do the right thing. So, guys, when the speaker budget is almost $2-something million, then the speaker say you get 3,000 to some market women to do business. Hey man, Fubi, you listen to that? Cool.
I didn't know the speaker yesterday. Only Jew introduction I listened to.
Yeah, the man
the government, the economy. That's key.
It is bad. Then you have, besides introducing Mandela Cooper, you have the nonsense he said. And our country is just sitting there, man. There's no hall, no pool. Also, do not go turn around. Right at EW Junction, he went on Broad Street. He came by. He visited Cyril Bestford Auntie right to Foreign Affair. Then he came by. Then he go home. That Labrador right there. You leave from Liberia, to Ghana's way, you go to Freeport, you go back to EFW Junction, you go, they're Liberia. They're Liberia right there.
Or as it you go Maryland. As it you spoke of Maryland or see people.
You fool. As it you go Maryland, they will eat high. No, I mean, but the issue we say here is that it's the embarrassment, it's the frustration. And when we say President Barker should do better, we really don't hate the president. But we want the president to do better because we want that legacy. So the president, that everybody, look, another $52 million for LPRC, imported and refusing to pay. They went through backdoor channel to eat the money. You know what they got in there? They wrote the check. It's a cartel operation. We're talking about this, maybe tomorrow. And at the end of the day, the people that wrote a blank check that went into the government account, they can't cash the check, no money in their account for this period. Then the next period they do the same thing because they are working in connection. I say, you know this, you work in a fee with people from LRA and the Ministry of Finance. They've been doing it over and over and over and over. Look at the amount of money. Importers then. If I call someone that name, then the party then will get bad. Importers then. They work with the commissioner, the importers. They work with folks from LRA and LPRC. They sign on the check to pay for the storages, but a blank fake check. When they hit the LRA, people in the inside LRA cannot report. I mean, our country is the wickedness in the country that no love. People just don't love Liberia no more. The wickedness in the country. So every day we come here, we say the same thing over and over. That person, yeah, but we'll wait for y'all. Tomorrow we ask the Justice Minister Oswald Twe, what's going on with the Funati case, Fubi? I said I had a case in I'm concerned. The Funatina, he and Dixon Sibu and Abu Kamara, what's going on with the case? Is the case Elaine Sepe?
So stand on. The thing, what is going on with the case is very simple. Those that burn the Capitol are still out. We know them. The Justice Minister knows them. The government knows them. But they are just, the only thing they want to do is say, okay, well, we keep fanatic over there in court. Every day they will go to court, they will postpone it, they will delay, they will wait for 2 years, they will wait for 3 years. That's how they do. But the people that actually burn the Capitol building are known. We know them. Justice Minister knows them. Government knows them. They are there. So when you really want to get the culprit, you go for the culprit. The whole case is that no hey, no day.
Then go test, go. Get
Wait, but they ready to go for fire experts from Minnesota. Fire expert brought report, they took the report and dash it. They said, we don't want to report because the report say differently. They go, Gregor Komaka, he say, fire expert, he gave him how, container was here, but container it didn't burn, but then the door got on fire. They no hey, no day. Funatiko Fire and his folks have been in court every day. Sometimes government will not go. They will say they got different things to do. They will postpone. That's the case that. That's how the case died.
As a Westman though, and we're gonna ask the Liberian people tomorrow. We ask the SG Fire. Now, the case, the fanatic over case.
The case that the real investigation of the case comes in 2020.
You scared of talk?
No, the case is on. I said though he say he knows the culprit. Let him go and show the culprit.
No. And I'm a job. I said the government knows.
You say you know. You say you know.
Leave me alone, man.
Now you and I say arguing here. The case here finished. Talking with geospatial, Mr. Mame, Abula Mame, geospatial, I say, geospatial.
geospatial specialist. That body you get just tell him not to you may say
No, I'll tell you the truth.
The boy is funny.
Geospatial Abdullah Mame. The man said they put the people there, they saw the people from space. They saw Geospatial Abdullah Mame. Where is he? They can't finish my people. The government ain't got nothing again.
So these kind of cases, they have to prosecute them. These kind of cases have to prosecute because you don't have
carry a geospatial image or whatever it is, it could up and say look up to Mame say you can't be anywhere.
That will also leave. So we had to prosecute the kind of cases. These kind of cases.
No, it's not hard. No. Wait for 2030. Wait for 2030 and see.
You don't have
just
video
wait for
evidence
2030. Wait for 2030 and see. After they finish wasting time, after they finish eating money, 2030 will move to prosecuting corporates.
Listen. Wait. I say wait. Damo, thank you very much. We've been calling you. Please leave it on social media. Let's do our talking because we all realize you got to go home. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So then let me say the food.
Just know that you are held in contempt, Isaac. You refuse to show face on base.
No, I'm not in Liberia.
I said Kim that you wasn't there. Don't do that to us.
Why you backing
I will call you, Damo. I will call you tomorrow. I will call you tomorrow. Damo, you will come to me to where I am. I will call you. No, I will call you tomorrow. I'm not in Liberia, but I'll call you tomorrow.
You're calling man about you.
No, I will call Damo to come to me to where I am. Don't worry. I'm not in Liberia. They make getting plain. But then see the background. This is not Liberia.
I said, but let understand something here, right? Fubi saying the poor cannot carry on the case. Fubi just said
I say it's not the prosecute. I say it's not the prosecute.
You're correct, Taya. Hold on. I say, Fubi just said the entire country have heard Fubi say there's nothing there. So if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. They got to let these guys then go. Because if the government cannot prosecute, look at what was written by Melvin Jackson, our reporter from Temple of Justice. The high-profile Capitol building also case involving former House Speaker Jeff Kofa and service code defendant, right, blah, 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 has stood at the Supreme Court of Liberia. Proceedings in Criminal Code A have been suspended after defense lawyer filed a petition challenging aspect of the jury selection process, accusing the trial judge of procedural violation. I say, this is a joke now. The whole case now turned to be Sasewu. And I agree with me. The whole case is Sasewu case now. You've been a chapia. You're putting in the fire. If they put it on you, burn you, you get it. If it burn you, then you walk free. What's up? It is a joke. How can these guys then bring and ridicule our judicial system in Liberia like that? This is a joke.
No, but that is depend for the case on pause. The depend on the case Supreme Court. So the case the Supreme Court gotta send them back for the continue.
My man, and I respect fire this guy, right? He looks like a mean bad man Shanghai. But somebody get him a bloody nose. I said, but man look like a mean bad man Shanghai, right? Look at his glasses.
He wearing all way dark glasses.
And I respect him, right? But can they find a solution to this case?
The first Solicitor General that said the government sent the army money to NEC.
This thing we are saying, right? It's an embarrassment on Unity Party. And I can tell, listen, Fubi, every day, Unity Party is sinking based on the decision they are making every single day. I think President Bwaka should be able to tell his ministers and folks in government to be serious. These guys they are on jolly. They actually can call most of them Yahoo boss. These guys are Yahoo boss. They are on jolly. These guys are chasing women, all the tempting and suffering. These guys know they are so damn corrupt, excuse my French. And all they would do is to enrich themselves. Because at the end of the day, maybe they are not coming back. How many more time we got? I mean, look around you. So when you have this kind of people around President Barker, we are trouble. We are trouble. They tell Mr. President, you know you're president now. You got to wear this one. You got to build this house. You got to do this. Then Bobby say, okay. You know that okay, how it sound like to me? When you tell Lima, I say, Lima, don't do it. You say, okay, Grandpa. The Bobby say, okay, because he tired. Yeah, that's our old man, he tired. So it's bad for our country. We need leadership. Where's Jeremiah Kuhn? Where's Jeremiah Kuhn? Can Jeremiah Kuhn do this?
Jeremiah can't overact over the baby. The baby gotta get here before he act.
No, I'm not saying he should act presidential yet. No, I'm saying what Jeremiah Kuhn is he advising the old man accordingly? He's the chief advisor to Joseph Boakai. Is he telling Joseph Boakai what needed to be done? What should Joseph Boakai do? Why is Jeremiah Kuhn in all this thing?
The old man also got put in the advisor, so we got put on the VPA.
No, I put on Jeremiah Kuhn head. Jeremiah Kuhn got full responsibility. He was elected.
The president said enough is advisors around him. So the VP is just playing a ceremonial role. When the president said dance, he dance.
President Boakai not listen to his vice president.
No, the president got different advisors that he appointed. So the VP is playing a ceremonial role. When the president said dance, he dance. The president said stand, he stand. The president said run, he run. Sit down, he sit down. So he can't do more than that.
So he's not listening to the vice president.
I didn't say so. I said they can't do more than
vice president. You got to understand what is happening here. Jeremiah Kuhn, then the vice president, he got to listen to the vice president. If Jeremiah Kuhn was to succeed in this party, Joseph Boakai got to listen to him. But he got to advise Joseph Boakai regularly. And that's what we're saying. He got to make sure that Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn, they are singing together. They are on one page. Oh, yeah, do that in the I the Buddha, right? Yeah, I do this thing no more. Guys, I want to say thank you very much. We come here every day to talk to you. Thank you for accepting us in your home. I want to say we do appreciate a beautiful day, and thank you very much for being part of the Spoon. We'll come back to you again tomorrow to have a great show. To you, my brother Vic Mesh, I want to say thank you. Marvin Davis, as always. Josephine Stayon, thank you very much. UJ Fitty, yeah, man, seriously, man. Mr. Man, wow. It's saying D Fernando Sumo, it's good to have you. Terry Vanning Collins, thank you for joining us. To all of our wonderful people, Philip Bala, good night to you, my friend. You're always for the Spoon. The name is Christopher Wesley. Yolanda, thank you. Samuel Hollywood from somewhere. I want to say we appreciate you. Again, Fubi, you stay in Owakaduku, right?
Yeah.
Okay, have fun, my man. Enjoy it. Thank you for being on the show today.
Okay.
I want to say to all of you, we appreciate you. I'm going to play the video of how you call him, Countryman. It's not Countryman. What's his name? His name is what's his guy name? Richie Kuhn. But on a serious note, I'd like to come back to all of you and say thank you for being part of the debate. Those that attended, I want to say thank you to the Daniel Watkins team and thanks to Albert Gipley team. They were very, 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 very respectful, and we had a wonderful debate. We do appreciate you. Please go vote whenever you shoot. We say thank you very much for being part of the debate, for visiting, for sharing your time yesterday with everyone, Liberia community in Central Jersey and that of the metro area. It will be a wonderful time. One of these guys will be the leader for the community association, and we look forward to working with them. So to those of you out there, thank you for your time. Thank you very much, guys. You go to bed tonight, be safe, be at peace. And remember, we will be back tomorrow by God's grace with a lot more story. All right? Have a wonderful evening. Good night from my end. Bye-bye.